On.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Cheap Ass Statue Collector here, and today we've got a lovely panel. Right now, it's just me and my good friend Ryan here, also known as the Sinister Collector. That's his YouTube channel. You can check him out there. And I believe that's your Facebook handle, right?
No, it's Ryan
Ryan?
Penne.
It's just Ryan Penny. Oh, okay.
I thought we were good friends, Tim.
We're close friends. We visit each other every night. Oh, shit. How's it going, Ryan? You
It's
haven't
going
been on
well,
the
man.
show in a
It's
minute.
going good. Can't wait for Friday. What about you?
Yeah, exactly. So you got a lot of new statues since you've been on the show, bro. What's going on? What's new?
Um, I got Prime One Dark Side, new
Yeah,
52.
yeah, I saw that. The thing's a beast.
Yeah, it's huge. Prime One Superman, new 52, the EX with the laser, the mad angry face or whatever.
Yeah,
And I got the Red Hulk EX, which I actually found unopened for like almost
did
a
you?
little bit more retail.
You got?
I'm really liking it.
Is that
Hmm?
Vegeta? Vegeta?
Oh,
Or
I've had that for a while.
oh, you
The
did?
Sumi
Okay.
Vegeta? I had that when I was on the show before.
Okay. Does that one make noise?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
got like
Cool.
hooking up the speakers, and they have to be powered speakers.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I have to like run it across the tail, which is a giant pain in the ass. But the lights look really cool.
Nice, nice. You got Wolverine in the back.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your collection right now. Nice. He's kind of short, right?
Yeah, I mean his pose, he's kind of like diagonal too, right?
Yeah,
But I really like it. I like it a lot better than the XM one.
yeah. It's pretty beast. Nice. So there's a few things we could talk about. I went ahead and opened up, you know, questions basically from the Facebook Immortalized in Stone Facebook page, and
All
basically
right.
asked what the topics, some of the main topics that people wanted to hear about, and a lot of people actually chimed in. And so we're not going to be able to get to everyone's topic, but let me go ahead and grab some of the questions, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think we should talk about this one really quick. It's the first one from Kyle. I'm gonna kill your last name, Benanen, Anens. I don't know, but Kyle said I'd like to see a topic on collecting smaller scale or ending altogether due to 1/4 becoming expensive, basically being priced out.
I think
Um,
that's an interesting point.
yeah, and I think you are coming from 1/6, right?
Yeah, I'm
Recently,
doing the opposite.
yeah, you're doing the opposite.
I like to do things backwards. Yeah.
But well, I think a lot of people are doing what you're doing though. I think that's more the norm is coming from Bowen, coming from smaller statues,
Right.
kind of going to these bigger ones. Um, I don't know why did you decide to go 1/4? And are you going any bigger than 1/4?
No. Well, so I was gonna get the 1/3 PCS Sagat,
Yeah,
where he's got like the weird, he's got like the hands flexed or whatever, open palmed or whatever. But the more I thought about it, like I had like a space planned out, but I was like, man, that's like 36 inches. Like that's gonna be a lot of space taken away. And then I'm like, what happens if that like opens the door to more of them? And I think that's just I don't think I want to go down that road.
yeah.
So I canceled that pre-order, got all my money back because they delayed it.
Oh,
When
good.
they
Okay.
delayed it, they moved the date back like 3 or 4 months. And then I picked up I don't know what I picked up. I think I picked up you know what? I think it's just credit. It's probably just rewards right now. But yeah, I think it's I can't
So,
go any
I
higher
mean,
than
there's
1/3, even though there
yeah,
are some pieces I really like. What were you
yeah.
gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, so 1/4, the move from 1/4 to 1/6, though. Is it what? Yeah, I guess what do you like more about 1/4? Is it just that I guess they're not making too many more 1/6, right?
Yeah, there's more
Anymore.
choices.
Yeah,
That was my thing. There's more choices in the poses that I see in the 1/4, and the designs are more closer to what I want. I mean, it's kind of like what I don't want to do with the 1/3, where I was like, oh, I'll just get one, right? I'll be all right.
yeah,
And then I
yeah.
got the Colossus, and then I was like, wow, I really like this. And then, just kind of Jem says this guy's back. Um, and then from there it was just kind of like, well, I might as well keep dabbling. And then I was looking at the prices for the Kodos that I was selling, because they really aren't making anymore, and definitely not anymore, given that Sosa, I guess Sosa and Kotobuki had parted ways.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense too, because um, there's not really much coming out in 1/6 besides sometimes dioramas, and even dioramas are I've got a lot of 1/5, 1/6 dioramas, maybe even a little bit smaller.
Mhm.
And I also have 1/4. So there, maybe 1 or 2 dioramas a year. 1/4, there's so many coming out right now.
Yeah. I mean, besides what Sumi and XM, which I really like XM's new 1/6 line. I mean, I'm not gonna get into it, but
Yeah.
I really like. I thought the Wonder Woman looks good. I think Wonder Woman looks great. I really like that face sculpt, but I guess they got to kind of fix the whatever outfit,
Yeah.
because like your butt cheeks hanging out.
Yeah, that
Not
was
that I
kind of
don't
weird.
like it, but it's a little much.
Let me send an invite real quick to Omar. Yeah, I don't like the paint on some of the XM16, but maybe that'll change. But that's about it. You know what I mean? Kotobukiya, I haven't even seen anything 1/6, from them for a minute.
Well, there's
So
Storm. Storm's coming out, I think, next year, right?
okay,
The long-awaited Storm. Remember when Kotobukiya was like, "Oh, we're going to be releasing we're going to amp up how many we're doing a year and all this nonsense." I don't see why they can't grab another sculptor either.
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of really talented sculptors. I mean, just look at the custom game, right?
yeah, exactly.
Look at Diamond Select. That John St. John or whatever guy. I'm probably butchering his name, but he's done have you seen the Diamond Select cable resin statue?
Yeah.
And the Cyclops or the Psylocke, those look great.
Hmm.
In fact, I used to own the Psylocke one.
Yeah, I'm wondering, their 1/10 line kind of took off, and I'm wondering if it's just easier to sell smaller, cheaper statues to the mass media. You know what I mean?
They do
That, that
1/10.
1/10 to
Are you
to
talking?
when I say to the mass media, to people that aren't going to buy a $500 statue. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
it's a lot easier for someone to go out and be like, oh, it's Batman. You know what I mean? And it's small, right? Kotobuki is 1/10 line, and
Oh, Kodos. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Diamond Select. Yeah, yeah,
oh no, yeah,
yeah. They look really nice. I wasn't a big fan of their X-Men line. It looks real basic.
yeah,
I mean, I guess they were replicating the series, so I guess it's quote unquote accurate, right? Given.
hmm well, yeah, I'm sticking with 1/6, 1/5 diodes. There's no way I would go to 1/4. Um, that just
That'd be
because
too
of
big.
room. It'd
You'd
be
have
too
to have
big.
those giant. Or do you have the big packs, the 39-inch wide ones?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
But
I would think a 1/4 die would take up the whole width.
let me show you real quick. So there's
Yeah, but
Iron
look at
Man.
right.
All right, so he's pretty big. His base is big, and then those are 1/5.
Yeah, look how nice those two look next to each other. Like they
Yeah,
got a nice spacing and stuff too.
yeah. Anything bigger, it's gonna be nuts.
I feel
So
like that's an issue too with collecting, at least for myself, where I just want to jam everything in a case. But then you
yeah,
got to be like, hey, does this look good?
yeah, yeah. I want it to look good. It has to look good.
It's like the
um,
collector's dilemma.
oh yeah. But yeah, 1/4. I don't know. It's like a sweet spot, right?
Yeah,
The size. Yeah. Just enough detail and just enough, and just big enough too, I think. What's up, Omar?
What's up, man?
hey, what's going on, Omar?
What's up, man?
Detail and just enough. So I guess, let's go on to the next topic. And I think this might be a good topic with Omar here, and with you here. This is from Vega, just Vega.
Oh, I know him.
He had a bunch of suggestions, but I like one of them that he put. He said, for the longest time, the geek culture community had been ostracized by the general public over the past decade. We have seen geek culture become blended with pop culture and become more mainstream and accepted. Do you think, one, the market for geek culture, movies, TV, collectibles, is being flooded and oversaturated? And two, if so, do you think this will push geek culture back into a place of limited acceptance? Nah. So there's a lot there. So Omar's cleaning his room right now.
He just pulls out a vacuum. He's just like, "Can you guys?"
I heard what you said. Go ahead.
So let me go ahead and recap everything then. So is the market being flooded, I guess, or with statues and everything else, TV series, movies, and I don't know. I'm kind of tired of all the movies, to be honest, and all the TV shows. I can't keep up. There's no way.
I mean, I think Sideshow's been pumping out a lot of pieces the last 6 or 7 months, maybe 8 months.
Yeah.
I mean, at least from what I've seen. But either that, or maybe it's just more stuff I like, which is entirely possible as well.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to say they've also jacked up their prices. You know, whether it's worth it or not, I guess is probably up for debate, right? But I would also, I mean, I got a follow-on question after you've answered too, and Omar has. But do I think it's, so let's see, the market for geek culture, is it being flooded with overextend? So I think there's two ways to look at it, right? There's a shitload of choices, which can be a good thing, right? Which means there's more competition.
Right.
And it's also like, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you want to buy everything. And if you don't get stuff now, it's like, am I going to miss out, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess that's more of a personal problem. Maybe that's just me, right? But,
well, since they're flooding it too, the edition size, right, which I think is important to talk about too, when it comes to the statues and flooding the market, is the edition sizes are getting larger, much larger, right? And as much as I'm a collector and not a flipper, it's still nice to have a smaller edition size because you know what I mean? Because like you said, the prices are going up higher. So I kind of do want my statue to have a little bit, hold its value a little bit, you know what I mean? And with edition size so high, it's not going to, you know what I mean? Like it's so easy to get a lot of these statues, even the sold out ones, like what's his name on Throne? Thanos on Throne. I could find that anywhere. I could find it at my local comic shop. You know what I mean?
Can you find the EX though?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be hard, right? And then right now everyone's trying to sell it for more, but I could find the EX head on eBay. You know what I mean? Like a recast or some other custom head. So I don't know what's Omar holding up.
In my opinion, yeah, I think so. I think like right now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. But I think only eventually the true collectors will survive because the people who have love for the stuff are the only ones that will like truly be able to sustain, buying something for so much and knowing that it'll be worthless later, right?
Yeah. Exactly. What up, Fate?
What's going on, guys?
Not much. We're talking about the market being overflooded, and just in general, the pop culture, like geek market, how the geek culture has now become the pop culture, at least in America. And are we seeing overflooded? Basically, we're talking about statues. Are they making too many statues? Are the prices too high? Are the ESs too high? And for me, like again, I kind of want my ESs to be low. For the same reasons why Omar said it over some of the past shows. Your statue will be worth more, but supply and demand. But
well, at this point, it won't even be worth more. It's just be what it's worth, what you paid.
Yeah.
Like at this point, like you can't even gain any value anymore.
Yeah. Is that because of the price or because of the ES?
Price, mostly, in my opinion. ES, I believe, like it doesn't matter how good how bad the ES is. If the piece is good, it'll sell out eventually.
Yeah. And then what about having 30 Batmans? You know, I'm over exaggerating obviously, but like having so many Wolverines, having XM's doing something, Prime One's doing something, that's gotta, I think, hurt some of the price too as well for the resale.
Definitely, man. Like what before I used to think if somebody saw like a Wolverine statue, right, and then they were like, yeah, but I don't want to pay this much for it. So they are okay buying something that is cheaper. I didn't think that people would be okay buying something that's cheaper because I thought, okay, well, these are art pieces. If you're buying it like even though you like
That's
this
not
art,
always true.
sorry,
That's not always true. I'm not saying that you're wrong,
no, I'm saying
but that's not
like
always true.
I thought people in the beginning they thought like in my opinion I thought they would be like, well, I like this art piece, so I'm going to buy this art piece. Not, I didn't think that it would be like, oh, well, I'm just looking for a Wolverine statue. I'm gonna pick up the cheapest one. I never thought it would actually be like that, unless like the price difference is like huge, where it's like you're talking like 200 versus 700. But I thought it would be like if there was $700 statue and $800 statue, somebody would be willing to fork out the extra 100 if this piece is really nice. But at this point, I really believe people are just like, oh, this is $700. I'm just gonna buy this one, like because, dude, like the aftermarket prices are plummeting. Like you can't even move anything anymore. But that's just my opinion. I always thought people would be like, if this is a nicer piece, then I'm going to buy this one, even if I pay a little bit more.
Well, yeah, that's like anything. If you think that you're getting a bargain, you're gonna most likely buy it. But first things first, if you like what you see, that should be the selling point. You should be sold at that point, or at least you're interested. Yeah, if the price
The
meets
problem is,
that.
the thing is that I think statues are becoming commodities now. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I really feel like there's so many out there, and the quality is getting so good for the statues. Like now even custom producers are getting statue quality that's sideshows. I remember back in the day, dude. Like you're buying custom piece, you better go get to a professional painter because it will look like trash, when you get it from the factory because they just couldn't do it. And now it's so easy to make the statue for people that everybody's making statues, and now I just feel like it's become like a commodity. Like there's this famous saying that it doesn't matter what it is, it will eventually become a toaster. So, and I really feel like statues have become like that. Like they actually become like something where everybody's making them. Like it doesn't even matter like who the company is. Nobody even cares anymore.
Yeah. So they're like I'm gonna echo.
Okay.
Okay, but I mean, we are a part of that, though.
What do you mean?
You're saying because we still collect?
No, we are a part of that, making things mainstream. Because remember, I mean, not everybody has the same origin, but especially now with social media, just like Vic is to us, you know what I'm saying? We had that inspiration, like, oh, wow. I mean, you already have your background. He just showed you that, hey, here's another media of how you can collect what you like, which was statues. And now we're doing it. They're like, wow, I like what he collects. I like what he collects. I would like that in my room too. So all that's doing is just advertising more. And they're like, hey, there's money to make out there. So of course they're going to pump it out more because of the help of us doing the free advertisement for them. So the more people we reach, the more we help the company. But all in all, we're making it more mainstream because not everybody has it.
Yeah.
I definitely think social media played the biggest part. It's not even. I mean, I think social media and the Marvel movies, they had the biggest impact on the market, in my opinion. Like there is nothing like dude, most Chinese collectors never read a comic in their life. Like like not even kidding, they never read a comic. They don't even know how to speak English. All they saw was the Iron Man movies translated in Chinese, and they just fell in love. That's literally what they told me. I'm not even like assuming this. Like literally what they told me.
No, I agree. I agree.
No, yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, just that's true in anything, any kind of media, especially because TV, they have like a huge reach, and so does movies. They have a huge reach. Just think when we were kids, all right, we were watching Transformers. All right, now they got Transformer toys. We wouldn't have known unless we've seen the show first. So it's like, oh, I gotta have that because he's cool, and the plus was the actual Transformer itself was a nice toy. It wasn't like a cheap, flimsy rubber ducky. You know what I'm saying? It was good quality too.
Yeah.
So that made it to me, that was a smart purchase to buy that.
Hey, just a couple of follow-on questions to that. Given that we're talking about price raises, do you guys think Sideshow's raises in price and I guess you could say the quality and sculpt and whatnot too? Do you guys think it's worth it, or do you think it's I don't know what the word is. Do you think it's earned or well earned?
The price?
That's never. I know Omar's going to tell you something different.
No, I'm not. I would say now it's gone too far. I think once they went over that 500 mark, you're not reaching massive customers anymore.
Agreed.
I thought their price jumps from 350 to 500 were okay because I know the background industry is very expensive now. You know what I mean? But when you go up from 500 to 700, I think it's a little too much. Every single PF now is coming out like 650 to 700. I think now you're literally pricing out everybody.
Okay, but maybe I know I'm just giving you just a little sliver of it because it's not like I'm just watching these guys like a hawk or any other company, but they're definitely watching the market. They're watching that demand. Like I said, we are perpetuating, helping them out with the advertisement. The more and more people want it, they're like, okay, well that costs money. They're not gonna have that same set and not increase their prices because now they have more people to please. So naturally, price will go up. Now, how much it would go up, I don't know.
In my opinion,
doesn't that go against the
proper company? In my opinion, you have to just raise the ES. Instead of raising the price, just raise the ES. Make more of them to offset the cost.
Yeah, it sounds like they're kind of going. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wouldn't mind paying for a higher ES if the price was lower. Like, I'll be okay making them like. If you're gonna make 3,000 Wolverines, it's not gonna matter to me whether you make 3,000 or 2,500. Just make the extra 500 and price it $200 cheaper, and I'm okay with that. But because we already reached that point where you're already maxing out the dollar amount that I'm willing to spend for retail.
Yeah, so that's where the conversation starts right there. What is the cap?
500.
I agree with you 1,000%. I mean, and I'm equating that to the video game market. It's like nobody's gonna buy a freaking console over 500. Like 500 is like super expensive. They can keep it. We would rather play our old systems than be outpriced and play for something that's minimally better. Like you can't even tell the difference.
Yeah. Anything that's entertainment and it doesn't have any functional value, nobody's gonna pay over 500 for consistently. Like
that's the problem that I'm running right now. Is I want to get Wonder Woman, the new one. But the price, I don't have to pull the trigger because the ES is so high and the price is so high. I'm guaranteed I could probably find that on the secondhand market
100%
cheaper.
Go on eBay.
That's what I'm gonna do with Captain America.
There's who else is there? Fucking Doomsday. Doomsday is like crazy price. I don't know yet. I'm waiting on the ES for it to come out. I'm not pre-ordering that because of the price. And I forget what else I had. I wanted that's a premium format. But the price is keeping me from pre-ordering right now, and the ES, not knowing what it is.
Okay, Cass, but
because I want it, and I don't want to be without it, right? Because I want to add it to my collection. So, but if the price wasn't so high, it would have been like a day one pre-order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Omar says,
Even Hulk versus Wolverine. Remember, I told you the ES is gonna be so high, but because the price was so low, you ordered it anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you tell me if that Hulk versus Wolverine was $900, you PO day one? No chance.
No way. No way.
Like, they just priced out everybody. Like it's.
But they did something weird. They went like against economics, right? Like subversive. They kind of went against like supply and demand. They increased the demand increased, and so they increased the supply, and then they raised the price too, which almost counteracts the fact that you raised the supply. If you're going to raise the price at the same time, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, when you go against economics, you can go against it as long as you want, but realistically, economics will set you straight, right? I don't think that this trend will last. I definitely feel like they're gonna start making like set ESs, or the ES, like the release ES, will be so much less.
Which is interesting because you would have thought they already learned with the sideshow Dark Phoenix, right? That was a 4,000 ES, and then the Darth Vader Lords of the Sith, right? The one before the newest one, that was like 7,000 ES, right?
Yeah,
you would have thought they learned because they still have that shit in there, selling it brand new, right?
But you know what? Eventually, people are going to buy it because I'm sure they're keeping record of their stuff. Like, let's just say the popularity of the characters, Hulk and Wolverine. That right there tells itself. So to me, that was smart by Sideshow. If you're in the profit business, and that's definitely what they are in. Darth Vader. That once again, yes, it might take a long while to move it out, but you know, eventually you're going to sell out of them because now people have an option. Yes, I want Darth Vader, but I don't have to get him now. I mean, we're all doing it. Well, most of us are. We're saying, okay, we're getting our needs first, or you know, or in a priority sense, like I'd rather have Batman or Justice League rather than somebody else like a D-lister. So I can wait for him. Same thing with Vader. Oh, he has like a humongous ES. Yeah, I want him, but it's so many of them. I have time to wait, so now I can get the people that I want before him. You know what I'm saying? So, and for me, that works. So I don't mind that large ES because now I can move my money to where I want it instead of wow. Like if all my priorities were dropped at once, I'd be shit out of luck.
Yeah. So it's kind of benefiting you almost if you wait, but you have to wait, and that's I think a lot of people have that problem, and a lot of people don't know if they're going to be able to get it at a decent price if it sells out, and that's why I'm kind of waiting on the ESs. Edgar D asks, what causes those high edition sizes? And I think this goes back to the original question: is the pop culture now being the nerd culture, is that driving this Sideshow to always, they're just like, we gotta milk. I'm looking for a good analogy.
Yeah, they're milking the cow. That's what they're doing.
They're gonna do it now. They have to do it right now while it's hot, like while the iron's hot. Strike while the iron's hot. And is that what we're seeing? And then as the movies and everything kind of dips down and it's not as popular, obviously they'll still be there. We'll still be here, but the mass media will stop collecting or stop watching these movies. Is that what we're seeing basically? Are we seeing them just trying to like sell to everybody? You know what I mean? With the ES and the price.
I think it's new inexperienced collectors like myself who maybe, and I have nothing to back this up, but I would think buying pre-orders before the edition size is released probably doesn't help things, right? Because if they sell a bunch of pre-orders, I would think they have some kind of algorithm based on how many pre-orders they sell.
I told you guys, most noobs don't know, like they're gonna buy just because they like the thing, and they're not gonna wait until the edition size is announced. And that's why I was protesting before. Like that's why I was saying it so much before, because this is how you tell people, like, no, like we don't want that high edition size. We want the values to hold. But everybody in the beginning, they were like, I don't know. You guys remember when I would get flamed out like on Facebook before I left that community a while ago, but I would get flamed out because they'd be like, oh, you're just a flipper. It's not because of that. I just want the statue community to survive. Because if people kept ordering on day one while the edition size was TBD, you're gonna get like you're crushing your own market. Like Sideshow will listen to whatever you pay for it. Nobody cares what they don't really care what you have to say. Where the money goes is where it really matters. And if you don't speak with your money and wait, they're not gonna listen. in my opinion, and that's what a lot of people got hurt. Like, and now they're still suffering the consequences of it. Like, but later on, I think a lot of people will be filtered out, and all you'll have left is the collectors that are willing to pay like the $500 prices. So because you know what it is, I think a lot of the new people will pay the full retail price, and then they'll put it on eBay when they want to sell it, and then the collector that's seasoned will be like, okay, now I'm gonna buy it at auction. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna have to end up paying less, getting less than retail, paying like eating the eBay fees, eating the PayPal fees, and the season collector will not even it's not even gonna hurt him at all.
Right. What up, Jam? What up, Michael?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Forget all this commenting in the chat, man. I might as well just jump on.
But what happened before, like when people ordered without waiting for the edition size, all they did was forestall the fact that like they rushed the fact that now they can't even pre-order anything. Like before, you could pre-order when the edition size was announced, and you'd be able to be anticipating you'd be anticipating it. You'd be, you know what I'm saying? You'd be hyped up. The whole experience died when you guys when people, well, not you guys, but when people ordered day one, like without waiting for edition size, because now you killed the fact that you can actually order day one, because now you're forced to not be able to order day one because you know that you're going to get it later, that you're going to get cheaper later on.
Yeah.
Well, that all depends on
CES.
No. It's individually based though. I mean, it's like in this case, it can be glass half full, half empty. It depends on how you look at it. Like if you don't pre-order it, then you might be killing a character that never gets the chance to take off in the first place. So let's just say we're begging and pleading for somebody different than Batman and Iron Man. We finally get it, and nobody wants to order it on day one. Sasha was like, see, this is why we didn't put it out. Y'all begged for it, but y'all don't want to order it.
But dude,
so now they're going to kill it. Now they're going to have a 300 ES, and then what?
Well, the prices, they rate the prices.
They're not going to make that same mistake twice, bro. This is what I'm saying.
Would you rather pay $500 and retain your price, or would you rather pay, or like lose your price and get like $350 for it later on? Okay, or would you rather pay $550 aftermarket? Because as soon as it sells out, you could just pay $50 more and you can get it aftermarket. Like the pieces that shoot up, you know, like a lot, they're very rare. Like even back in the day, like even when Gambit PF came out, it sold out like right away, but it was still like you can still get it aftermarket for $50 more. You know, like if you as soon as you see it sell out, you can pay $50 more and get it from like a scalper. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that just bought it to make money. But realistically, if you pay $500 day one, and then you end up stuck with it for $350. In my opinion, I don't think it's a smart investment. If you're paying $550 and having it retain $550, in my opinion, it's a much better trade-off.
No, I understand your way of moving money, and it is smart for a buyer's sense. Okay. But if you're looking past yourself, you have to sustain the culture within. So it's not all about you and how you personally move your money, because it takes you and the community to sustain this company that gives us what we want in the first place. So sometimes everybody has to make a sacrifice somewhere, is what I'm saying at the end of the day. So if you don't contribute to something that you believe in, it's going to get shut down, period. If people just stop buying hamburgers, guess what? McDonald's is going bye-bye. That's what I'm saying. Eventually, you're going to have to support what you believe in.
I get what you're saying, Fate. Like, especially if you're collecting a line and you're trying to get.
No, I'm saying it's a double-edged sword. The sacrifices will be made. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Because I'm saying, you know, if you're collecting a line and you're just shooting for the low yes every time, maybe the first two pieces in the line, they make 300 or 400 of them, but then they're like, okay, we're going to drop this line because we're not selling enough of them. So now you got 2 or 3 pieces into a line, and they drop the line because they're not selling enough pieces. So now you're stuck. You're never going to be able to complete the line you started. So I could see that being a problem. I could see it from both sides, you know.
Well, realistically, if you wait and they give you 500 edition size, or if they announce 500 edition size and you just pre-order it day one, it's both the same, right? You're ending up with the same. The problem that I had was that they did to be then announced, and that's where the issue lied. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you that ES, which means every single collector that's a noob, they will go and jump on and they'll order it, and what happens is that everybody that wants one gets one, and because of this, prices fall. You understand? Like they will fall. But if they announced it day one, 500 edition size, order it. Even if they announce 2,000 edition size, order it. You're getting the complete product.
But typically, that happens on what kind of characters? The unknowns, right? So I'm thinking they're testing the waters. They want to see how many people are actually willing to put down on it. Say what?
Every single character since like 2000 and I think 2013, they've been doing to be announced the edition size ever since the original.
Yeah, but some people's been in TBD for a long time, and some people's TBD's been a short time.
Yeah, I think the problem is the price now.
Oh yeah,
I think the price is they can't pull that bullshit because people are not going to pre-order now.
That, and there's just so many options. Everywhere you look, there's a new statue coming out.
But like me and Cash told you years ago, what was it? What was the first thing once they started busting out those $600? They was like, all right, y'all, if y'all want this to be the new norm, keep doing what you do. If you want it to cap off at this 500, speak with your wallet. But all y'all want to be ballers, I don't care. I'm gonna just keep. And now everybody has to suffer, bro.
So given that and correct me if I'm wrong if you guys don't disagree, but given that the price of the sideshow pieces has gone up dramatically more than let's say XM or Prime 1, do you feel that, and that's assuming you agree with that, right? Do you feel that, or does that make you look at Prime 1 pieces or XM pieces in a different light?
I think they all have
XM,
their own.
I think, are doing the best job at holding the market. They're doing the best job at sustaining the market, in my opinion. Prime 1 is trash, in my opinion. I think they're the ones that did the whole like problem with the market. Like they're the ones that inflated everybody's pockets with these 3 years, a 3-year-old like pre-orders. Like people wait literally 2 years until they get their statue, which is ridiculous, in my opinion. It means that they're literally taking your money and they're using the new PO money to pay for the older statues. And in my opinion, that's a very bad business model. Like the guys that are the owners, John Fan, the guy's like he's bankrolled by his parents, but at the end of the day, like they can't pay for all this production. And what they're doing is they're taking the money from new pre-orders and then paying for the older production. And in my opinion, I don't think that's a good business model. They're pushing out so much, and the re-releases are disgusting, in my opinion. Like the repaints, where they repaint gold and white. And
the variants, yeah.
Give me
they should release. If they're gonna do that, they should release them all at the same time. And be like,
I think they'll learn their lesson from doing that.
I think they already did.
Yeah, they will learn. Right? Dude, they're gonna go bankrupt. That's what it is. They can't be bankrupt like the whole time.
For me, each company has their own style. Their own kind of flavor. It just depends what you're looking for. I can, it's easy to distinguish. I could look at a piece, and
the first piece that
where it came from,
where they actually sculpted the thing without the model, was the Spider-Man 2099. Before that, every single one of them was just a game model. They just took the model and printed it out in 3D. So realistically, the first artistic take that they ever did was the 2099, and that turned out great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Before that, all they did was just like release like they buy the license for Transformers. They would get the models, they print them out in 3D, and then they would sell them. That's literally what they did.
I guess it just depends on what you're into. Some people favor Prime 1, some people favor XM, and then Sideshow and so on. Whatever you like, buy what you like.
Yeah. So the second part of that question, I guess, let's see if we can try to get back to on topic. Will we go back? When will this die down, and do you think it will die down? And do you think it's because of all the movies and stuff? And when the movies drop off, is everything go back to normal, or when are the prices going to go down? I guess for statues, and is it related to when the movies dip down as well?
I give
What do
it
you guys?
you guys can talk now.
That and the economy, it depends on. Apparently, people have some extra money to spend. There's a
As
lot of
long as
people.
people are willing to bend over, they're gonna keep doing it. And I told y'all day one, if this is what y'all want, don't complain to me. Now, unfortunately, because y'all like to bend over, I have to join the bend over club just to get what I want. Just I won't visit quite as often as some other guys that do it, that enjoy paying those astronomical prices. So this going down thing ain't gonna happen. That's like, I remember when gas was $1. When's the last time you seen gas for $1? Once it jumped to past the $2, $3 mark, you ain't never gonna see that again. So now they're like, oh, y'all used to this? Okay, bam. This is the new norm. So maybe, just maybe, y'all can cut the crap at least $700, but good luck with that. And now you see, talking about, and as a result of the higher prices, now they're making more 4 scales at quarter scale prices. Now they're making more 6 scales. So when you have all these different scales, that's flood on top of flood on top of flood of the same characters.
The
So
6 scales are as much as the 4 scales. The quarter scales used to be. It's crazy. Well, the 6 scales are $300 now. And, that's what the standard PF used to be.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many 6 scales.
One thing affects the rest.
Well, Tweeterhead's coming out with a lot of. I like their line, but I haven't seen any in person, so I can't really vouch for it. But from what I've seen in the pictures.
But Tweeterhead's there, and then Kotobuki is kind of out of it, at least of the 1/6 market. They're not really.
Are they?
Well, I mean, they've only got Storm and Wolverine coming.
Yeah, well, they did Rogue not that long ago. Then they did Storm. They seem to consistently come out with stuff. I mean, they come out with a few pieces a year at least.
1/6 is hard to sell nowadays. That's the problem. It's because the price of selling of making a 1/6 is almost the same as making a quarter scale. It's not like they don't pay that much of a difference in terms of cost. It's just quarter scale companies can mark up like 2-3 times, while 1/6 scale they can't do the same thing. It's 50% margin at best.
You're saying that because they're just digital sculptures nowadays?
Well, to print the thing out, to print a piece out, man, it costs like a good 10 G's or something, right? And that's not even something too crazy.
10 G's is like nothing. Think about how much money they make. Think about like that Wolverine PF that's behind Ryan's back. Think about 26. They made 6,500 of them, and then they charge like $500 a piece. That's.
No, I know. It's 10 G's is nothing.
That's 3,250,000. Like the 10K they paid for sculpting is like nothing. That's peanuts,
But now I think
there's a lot of other things to consider in there, right? I mean, it's not just
no, sure, for sure. Licensing.
We're kind of blanketing the whole process, right?
I bet you they made 150 million. I mean 1.5 million just on that piece. Like after everything, just profit 1 million, 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Like, the edition size is so astronomically high, and they're because they make so many of them, they get charged less than, for example, Tweeterhead, which makes like however many they make.
What do you guys think about the Psylocke? Any guys ordering that?
Nah.
Not a fan?
No.
Do you prefer the old PF over the new one? The new?
No, I don't like the way the costume sits on her on the old one.
Yeah, her costume's a little funny.
Character, so I'm like much pickier about her than I am like any of the other X-Men.
But if you see that old school one in person, man, like if you pose her like the print, the way the print is, she looks perfect. Because that's only her outfit looks a little weird in the front, but if you pose her looking back with her, her side blade.
Yeah, that's how weird in the front, and I got to pose it a certain way for it to look good.
Well, it doesn't look that bad. I'm just saying it looks its best, at a certain angle. But like a lot of statues do. It's just
that's true.
But that one, I mean, it's a masterpiece at a certain angle, but yeah, it looks a little weird from certain parts of it. I remember when I had it. I love that statue, but I put it away for a few months, opened it back up, and all her legs were just cracked into pieces.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the paint is.
I just can't pay the prices they're charging for that.
Oh no, there's no way. That's why I think I'm going to get the new one, because I sent the old one back because of the leg. They said they had no more replacements, because I found out months later on the forum. They were like, "Oh yeah, everybody's legs are all the paint's cracked, and they didn't put primer on there or something."
I'm just gonna wait for a custom or another licensed one.
You know, I think it looks pretty good, but it is expensive though, right? I mean, out the door, you're talking like $700 pretty much.
Are we about to see some bat dick here?
I don't want to cut you guys off, but this is a trending topic right now, and beware, guys. I don't know. I think this. So this is from DC's like I forget what do they call it? Their black line or something. They're like dark. They're calling it the I don't know, the adult line or some shit.
Yeah, I heard. They're going into the X-rated almost. Huh?
That are yeah. So is this needed? Like
no,
it's unnecessary. Where's this bat cape at?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of silly. Like I know I'm an adult. I don't care if I read comic books that are that kids like, or I play video games that kids like. I don't need. I don't know. You know how
definitely unnecessary.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But whatever.
But Fate, what do you think?
It's kind of funny, actually.
I
didn't buy the
everything, man. So
What's up?
I would have been left. Oh, sorry.
No, I guess there's a market for anything. Yeah, me personally, no, it's not for me.
Right. Like if they showed like female parts and stuff like that, like I don't think that's not going to make me want to buy the book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to see it, I would just go straight, to where I need to go. I am not going to try to be line.
I mean, what the fuck were the writers thinking? They're like, he's dark and mysterious. What's the darkest, most mysterious thing about Batman? Oh, his fucking penis. We haven't shown that yet. We'll put a cape. It's funny. I think it would, in Deadpool or something, I could see it. It just makes me laugh. I think it's kind of funny. I skimmed by that, or went through it real fast early. I didn't know what they were talking about. That's funny.
They're saying Red Hood in the comments said Wonder Woman's gonna have a black label. See, now does that pique your interest, Fate?
Oh man,
I'm not gonna disrespect it like that.
Yeah, we're not gonna trash up our characters.
I don't want to see crotch on any of my characters, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of silly.
Yeah.
And especially because this is stuff that I want to share with my kids too, and it doesn't. And even if I want something more adult, it doesn't have to be nudity.
This is the guy with the zombie bust.
They like it. They like it. They like it a lot. Like YouTube. They were like YouTube's like their most recent TV series. It's very dark. There's a lot of violence and blood and nudity. They're really getting down on that Netflix and chill. And I don't care about it. Usually, if I'm watching a movie and there's like sex scenes, I'll just fast forward it because I just want to get back to the movie because I feel like it's almost out of place. But
yeah, I haven't gotten to that point. I still watch it.
Yeah.
Whoa,
it just gets a little awkward, when something like that comes on with the kids. So
with the kids. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Yeah,
just fast forward part.
No.
Like Game of Thrones or something. There's a lot of
No. Yeah. No, I fast forward that.
With with Jessica Jones and stuff, like the Netflix series, like they were always just having sex. I swear it was a woman's show. All the shows that my wife watches has like sex in it, and all the female chick flicks they all have love scenes. And if you notice, guy shows, I guess if you want to be stereotypical, don't have that. And I don't know. Were you about to say something, Fate?
No, I was kind of interested in what you were saying about Jessica Jones. I happen to like Jessica Jones, man.
Did you? There was always like a sex scene in every episode.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. It just didn't. It didn't like. I just wanted to see more. I wanted to see more of like her powers, not her relationships. You know what I mean?
no, yeah. Oh, but it ain't that much in the series, bro.
It felt like, at least for season 2, it felt like every other episode until they actually got into it.
Oh, to you, it didn't feel like that way to me. But okay, I would understand. Yeah, I don't want to spend most of your time, horizontally doing. I want you in action. Doing superhero kind of things. That's what I prefer. Yeah, but even in comic books, they had their moments. You know what I'm saying? They had their moments of intimacy, though.
Yeah.
But this one is, for a more mature audience. Okay, to me, it's all right.
Yeah. Did you read it?
No, I'm talking. I thought you were talking about the Jessica Jones series.
Okay. I'm sorry. The book,
Oh, no, sir.
the comic book. Okay.
Oh, so I guess they're flooding it more in the book.
So I'll share you the picture.
I couldn't get too into that show, or I tried to. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shot. I guess I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes.
So this is it's called Damned Batman, or Batman Damned, or whatever the fuck. I'm sorry for cursing. But this is it right here, Fate. It's not really, doesn't really stand out, but it's like you just dark it out. You know what I mean? I don't.
The art's pretty good.
I'm just I don't know. I'm mixed feelings about it. I really don't care for it. It's not gonna make me. I'm not gonna go buy it. Like, oh my gosh, we're so grown up now. We're so mature. We're showing wangs.
No,
you know what I mean?
but you know what?
I feel like they're just, I don't know, doing it on purpose just to do it.
It's okay. You know what?
It's hilarious.
Me I couldn't live without it.
Yeah.
Like even in the cartoon, right? It was a good one too, where Batwoman, no, Batgirl and Batman had a little scene, she had to like take off her top, and there was a little quick moment. But I'm like, you know what, guys, I could have left that out, because when I think of Batman, I'm not trying to think of that. You know what I'm saying?
There's certain characters I just don't
the innocence
with
out
like
of the
that.
freaking comic. So to me, I can live without it. And
Brian,
especially, there was the one with the Harley Quinn and Batman where they go to the bar. That cartoon, can't remember the.
Yeah.
Right?
Terrible.
Singing karaoke and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that had agenda written all over it. I'm like, come on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. If you want to talk about that kind of stuff, leave my characters out of it. Make your own character up, or just freaking have a talk show and say, hey, do whatever, but don't cross worlds like that.
What did you see the? What was it? The one with Harley Quinn and Nightwing, the anime TV or movie that came out.
Oh yeah.
She takes advantage of Nightwing. She's all
I saw that.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Even that, yeah, where she was like a waitress or something.
Yeah.
In that one, in the cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that was kind of cool for women, because they've been waiting for that moment, because they never really had that moment as much as men have. But at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. Now we got both sides being perverted, But like I said, I'll give the women a pass, because they never really had that moment, because we men always get their moments as far as perversion on TV and media. So
yeah. Ryan likes it, I think. Right, Ryan?
I don't mind it. I didn't mind that, at least in that one.
If you have no love for the characters, you really wouldn't mind it, though. But if you're like, hey, yo, these are my characters, bro, what are you doing?
I always like Nightwing, but most of my Nightwing experience is from the animated stuff. So
sometimes I think people are just trying to shove things in your face for shock value, and it becomes just a little annoying. I was into that show. It was a Penny Dreadful. I was watching that, and it's just like they constantly wanted to just shove, a bunch of homosexuality in my face, which I don't have a problem with, but I don't need to see some dude getting rammed in the ass and they just cut some scenes. It's just like too much, man. I'm like, all right, it's getting too graphic. It's like I was getting into the show, and then they turn one of the main characters. He starts making out. He starts screwing. I don't know. It's just you don't need to shove it in my face. It's all right. I understand. It's cool, but sometimes I think people are just trying to do it just for shock value and just get people to talk about it, and bring it up and more publicity. It's just a way to make money.
Yeah, that's what I agree with. I think that's what they're doing with this Batman.
It's working too. People were talking about it. People were posting it all over the internet, and people are like, oh man, I got to get this. People are going to probably think it's going to be a hot book. First appearance of Batman's cock. 9.8. He's gonna say it on the fucking CGC. First appearance of Batman's dick.
A bunch of variants with different shadowing and shit.
First appearance of Dick, not Grayson.
Oh, I gotta get it now.
So, Mike, so if they made that, would you get it?
No. It's funny though. I think people will try to. It might become a hot book for a while. It might go for like $300. I'll start.
I don't care. We go for $1 million. I'm like, y'all can have that.
It's hilarious. I don't know. People are just they're reaching, man. I like Snyder he's the writer, right, of that book.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's someone else. I think it's someone else. I could be wrong.
I know he's been going into some dark stuff with Batman. I don't know. I haven't been collecting lately. I need to get back into. Been watching Manimal's weekly pools. He's starting to pull me in. I'm gonna have to get some on Jem Mint's channel.
Some books.
Yeah, he does a good job of covering the a lot of books that come out each week.
So Michael, everyone wants to get an update from you. How's everything going, bro? I see there's no statues behind you.
Oh yeah, been pain in the ass, man. It sucks having a bunch of statues when you got to pack them all up.
Yeah,
I think I did a good job though. I only probably broke 2 of them out of the whole situation, and I think that's like an A+ out of everyone. Because even if it's a fail, I think no matter what, if you do every single one. But
how many did you break?
2.
2. Oh shit!
But only small little things. But I had my old lady harping at me the whole time and just bitching, and I was I'm like rushing.
Are you moving or just changing your shelving?
Oh no, I'm moving. I'm
locations.
But but if you think about it, say you got close to 100 pieces and you broke 2 of them, if you get a 98%, it's an A+, I guess, but it's still a fail because you still broke something. It's like something that you want to be perfect about, but when you're trying to be quick and get the fuck out of somewhere, it's just you can't do things perfectly, even though you want to,
So
I only had minor things. Like I had my Stormtrooper's belt. He had this little like part on it. I pulled on it too hard and like ripped his belt, and then my Emperor Palpatine started. I had him on the couch, and he's like started sliding off, and I was worried he was gonna flip over, and I went to grab him, and he has like this little, I don't know, it's on top of his throne. It's like this little thing that pokes out. It's so thin, and I went to grab him because I didn't want the whole thing to fall down, and I freaking snapped the little thing. But besides besides that, everything.
Did you move everything already? Is everything already moved? Or
yeah, I moved it all into storage for now. So I get What's that?
Did you break again?
Oh, my Palpatine, my Emperor from Star Wars. For some reason, it was my Star Wars statues, and I was like arguing with my ex. Like, I'm like, look, I need to have a certain station to do all this, and I can't have you bitching at me. And she's like, I don't want you in this room at the time. I don't know. We started getting into it, and it just distracted me. So I put some stuff on the couch while I was doing it, because I knew I have to have a certain way of doing it, and if I get distracted, because that's how it is with pieces. If you get distracted, especially, you're doing a bunch of things, just one little mistake, you break one little thing, you're just like kicking yourself in the ass. And, it's giving me a different perspective on collecting. I mean, I'm still always going to collect. I enjoy being a collector, but it sucks when you got to pack everything and, shit hits the fan and whatever. And you got so much stuff you got to get together and not deal with a bunch of drama. I don't know. I'm trying to.
So how do you feel about that piece being broken compared to that being your only piece? Because you're taking it quite well, like, oh yeah, it sucks, but move on.
Well, because I never plan on selling it, so it's a piece that's going to be in my collection. It's for display. So, I mean, I'll just glue it back on there, and if I have to sell it to somebody, I'll say I snapped this little thing off and I glued it back. And it's such a clean break. I mean, I was upset, but, it's just at the end of the day, it's just a statue. And it's still going to look the same to me,
But what about, let's say you had 0 statues, right? And now that was your first one, and that happened. Would the impact be more? Like,
It might be. I mean, if it was my first one, then I'd probably, I don't know, maybe.
Because I'm thinking like once you have too much of something, you kind of get used to it. It's like, okay, because we get caught up in the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like you bought it.
Oh no, I was fucking pissed. Don't get me wrong. I was like, it pissed me off. But you know, what am I gonna do? It's already
Right.
done.
Yeah, after the fact. Yeah, I know. Yeah, eventually you do have to get over it.
But yeah, for a good few minutes, I just need to take a deep breath, and especially with everything going on, I was just like, I just need to calm down and step away and not get depressed over something that I have no control over. It just already happened. So what am I going to do? Shit happens.
Let me ask you this. Okay, let's just say this is your first statue, right? Palpatine. You just got it fresh from Sideshow. You love it, great. And you broke it. What would be your first instinct?
I would contact Sideshow and let them know that I broke it on accident if I just got it, and see if maybe they would help me out and replace it for me. And if they didn't, then I'd be like, whatever. What can I do about it? Maybe if it was only going to be my one statue that I was maybe, I don't know. I kind of have a thing where I'm a perfectionist with certain things. So if it was the only statue that I was going to have, then maybe I would just sell that one, cut my losses, and then find one that didn't have any damage, But
let out one long sentence of curse words.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate.
So that, I'm sorry, that wouldn't discourage you from buying another statue, being that was your first one.
No, it's just like that when everybody's, you've had a car get dented or damaged, and shit happens, it doesn't mean you're not going to want to go buy another car later on.
Right. This is true. But you kind of need that car more than you need the statue, though.
Yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is,
but I do get what you're saying, though. You still want it in pristine condition, though.
Yeah, if it's possible, yeah, I'll try to find replace. Like I can't replace that though because it's on his throne. What am I going to get the whole throne replaced because it's one little thing, But it's not that big a deal to me.
No,
yeah.
Right. So you would ask Sideshow for a replacement or a new one, but you wouldn't go out and search eBay to see if someone was selling one that isn't.
Well, I just know nobody's going to sell the Palpatine on throne. I know they're not going to sell his throne because then he's just a sitting figure with. I don't know.
I'm saying sell the whole thing, just the way you had.
Yeah, I mean, I got a good deal on him off of one of the forum members, and so I'm not feeling like I had an opportunity to buy the exclusive when he first came out, and I kept sitting on it. Sold out. The regular sold out, and then I haven't even had that figure for that long. But I found somebody on one of the forums that sold them for a great price, and I bought them. Arrived perfect. Nothing wrong with them. Then my dumbass broke the one little piece, but I don't know. I'm just not going to get upset about it because who knows? It could have been worse. I could have dropped him on the floor. If I didn't grab him when he started sliding off, he was going to tumble and hit the freaking hardwood floor and smash into pieces. So it could have been that I didn't have a fast enough reaction and then he fell over and broke into pieces. But, I just try to see the positive side. And I guess it could have been worse.
Okay. Reed. Just to answer your question, like, what am I getting at? What I'm getting at is, do you still value that piece?
I know it
as much with the same passion. Now I'm speaking to him now, not you now. Okay, so like, there's many different ways to go. You can just be like, oh my God, I invested all this money in, I broke it. I'm not gonna try it again because I don't want this to happen again. That's one option. Or two, try, if you really wanted it that bad, how far are you willing to go to get that piece? At the end of the day, that means it was meant to be that you and that piece would be together. Okay, but when you have multiple pieces like he has, like over 100, I just wanted to know, is that just one of his many, like, oh, that's just another statue with zero attachment, no sentimental? Or did he just buy it because he was caught up in the moment and he's like, well, I spent $500, I might as well keep it. So I just wanted to make sure that it had that sentimental value to him. So I want to see how long, that's pretty much it. Does it still mean much? Does it still have meaning to him? And it does. That's where I was getting at.
Yeah, I mean, every piece I buy it, because it means something to me. There's only been a few that I didn't You know, and I don't like to sell statues. I'm a collector. You know, I like to collect things, even though I start getting too much crap. You know, sometimes you got to move things on in pieces that I don't. Because sometimes you don't know when you order something. You know, when you get it, you're like, oh, that's not what I thought it was going to be. But Palpatine's not one of those. That's right when I got that statue, man. I was like, I love this statue. The sculpt on that thing is badass, man. I love it. Base sculpt, everything about it. It's just perfect for the character.
Hey, did any of you guys order anything from STGCC? Or are you getting any of the pieces that were there?
Are you talking about Singapore one? The Singapore?
Yeah, like XMO, XMs, or any HMO stuff?
I was so close to ordering that Batman diorama.
Oh, the Sanity?
So close.
Again,
the price is the price is stupid.
Yeah.
It really is.
If it was $1,500, I probably would have bit the bullet on it.
Yeah, it's like 2,600, 2,625, I think is what it comes out to.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's not bad. I mean, it's 1.6, and there's like a shit ton of characters on it.
But that's going to be 3 Gs and over when you get it.
And they say there's 12 characters on there, but 3 of them are just their heads. The other half of them, if not almost all of them, are just half their body.
Is it their heads or it looks like their busts, right?
Yeah, it's like busts, basically. 12 busts. So, and for me, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. And for me, it wasn't like a versus diorama. It was more, I kind of felt that it looked better as a picture than it does an actual statue. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have a lot of money that probably pre-ordered it, and it's probably going to be awesome. So I would have if it was cheaper.
You talking about the Batman one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I pre-ordered the XM, the Megatron.
Yeah. How much was that?
It is. I think it comes out to like 1,500, just with the with the conversion.
Yeah.
That's without shipping though.
It's a hefty
yeah,
price.
I canceled my. I was gonna order the Professor X, but I decided to just get the Megatron. I love the Megatron. When I saw it, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, I want the Professor X too. I think I'm gonna wait though. I think eventually I'll find a good deal on it because a lot of people aren't feeling it that much. So that might be beneficial for me.
From which one?
The the Professor X.
Oh yeah.
It has mixed reviews, so I think that one I think you can get it for a reasonable price within the next year or so.
Well, it's made to order now, so I think it'd be a little bit more difficult, but yeah, you probably can scoop up someone else's.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll sell out, but maybe somebody doesn't want it at the end, and
yeah.
Mike, let me help you out, man. Let me help you out. And it might seem like I'm picking on you. I'm not. I kind of am, but I'm not. All right, I'm only doing this because I don't. Oh, you're muted. I don't want you to.
I'm muted. Yeah, I'm not muted, am I?
No. I'm sorry. That's almost muted. Okay. Now this is kind of based off of my opinion too, so there is some bias, but I have to ask you because this is about you.
Problem.
I'm not gonna get that piece. I have no desire to get that piece. It's about like either the mouse or the wheelchair, right? Professor X. What is it that you like about either one of those statues, other than there hasn't been a Professor X made?
I like the one on the the mouse pad. It kind of reminds me of the 90s. I don't think they knocked it out of the park, but that's why I haven't bought it. That's why I didn't buy it because I'm not 100% on it. It's just there's certain things I would like different, but how many years before I get one from Sideshow? That's the problem. But then as soon as I buy one, they'll probably put them up for pre-order a week later. Who knows? Okay.
So
I think he looks good though. I'm pretty happy with him all around, but I haven't seen it in person, so it's hard to judge.
So you're cool with the pose? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put words in your mouth. That's what I'm saying. What do you like about it? Okay, it reminds you about the past. Okay, but what do you like about the piece at hand?
I just like the way it looks in the picture so far. I mean, I don't.
So the translation, is it fair to say the translation is what you expected, or at least minimum standard?
Yeah, from what I could tell in the pictures, but
okay,
it's hard to tell with pictures sometimes. I mean, I don't know. There's a few XM pieces that I'm really fond of, but for the most part, I think some of their paint apps are a little flat. It's just for the money. I'm not willing to pay twice as much or almost twice as much if I don't get to see a piece, in person at this point. I'm just going to start being a little more picky, I think, instead of just, having 10 pre-orders at a time.
So what is your max? You have like 100, right? So are you going to start selling, or what's your new max?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I might go over. There's a few pieces I'm going to get rid of. I want to get rid of my Rey from Star Wars. Probably a couple of my AR-8 statues, my Athena and my Ares I might get rid of. But, I was never too fond of the paint job on those, to be honest.
Omar, let me know. I'm sorry, real quick. Omar, let me know when you want to get back in this. I have a question for you.
I am muted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I muted myself.
He's putting his Yu-Gi-Oh poster up.
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
I'll let you guys finish what you guys were going to say, but I want to move on to another topic from the community.
Oh, man, go ahead, dude.
So this is big news. It's big news. The Marvel trailer dropped. What do you guys think? What are your impressions of the Captain Marvel? I'm sorry, Miss. I don't know what they call her, Miss Captain Marvel.
I liked it. I think it looks good so far. I mean, I'm gonna go see it for sure because I'm just curious to see how it connects into the Infinity War.
It looks like they're going in the past. Omar, you're a Marvel fan, a big movie Marvel fan at that. What do you think?
I think it looks okay. I noticed that they didn't make a single joke in the whole film other than the first blockbuster thing. So
yeah.
I thought, like, hopefully, if it's serious, then hopefully, I don't know, they'll be going a different way than their humor kind of movies. You know, like comedy films. That's the only thing I noticed. Otherwise, it looks okay. It looks kind of CGI heavy. Hopefully, it's not. And hopefully, that's just like the early trailer. And yeah, I like Brie Larson. She's hot. So.
Did you like my reaction video?
Yeah, dude. Like, holy! I saw it.
I haven't got a chance to see it yet.
Ryan, what's up? You're quiet, bro. Do you like? What do you think of that trailer?
I liked it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Aquaman a little bit more, but I'm looking forward to. I'll watch both. I like all these movies, all the comic book movies and Star Wars movies. I always watch them. And then like the giant shark movies, I like that shit too. I don't know why, but I really wanted to see the Meg too, even though I didn't get to the theater. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. Marvel's got a good track record. I hope DC turns the ship around and they're the same.
I have no hope for DC. I have no hope for DC.
Why is the guy who's not as much of a DC fan myself have a little more hope than you do?
I have no faith for those guys. With their latest comic books and everything that they do with their video games and everything else, I have no hope.
I know I'm in the minority in this, but I think that new Joker movie that's coming out with Joaquin Phoenix is going to be a good one. I think they're going to go with the Killing Joke, or at least close to it. He's a good actor. A lot of people are criticizing it already and saying this can be trash, but I think he'll do a better job than Leto for sure. He's just a better actor. But who knows if he has a bad director, it could destroy him too, or bad script.
Faye, are you excited about that movie, Captain Marvel?
Your question was about the teaser, right?
The trailer, right?
The trailer.
It was a teaser, not a trailer.
Okay. It was like a minute long, though. A teaser's like a second, like 2 seconds, like a picture or an image, or you know what I mean?
Okay. Either way, trash.
Yeah.
Trash. Bro. Explain. Okay. Ask yourself this. Who is Miss Marvel? Okay, I can give you. Actually, with that, I really can't explain. Based off of the information given off of the trailer, I don't know who Miss Marvel is based off of what they gave me.
Yeah.
Secondly, what is she? What does she do? I don't know. I don't know what she does. She
Yeah.
don't even know. She feels like, oh, I feel like I had a life, but I'm not. So she don't even know. So that can go either way. Like, I'm interested, or I still have a lot of questions. Which typically, first trailers do leave you with more questions.
Yeah.
But to me, I didn't see. The reason why I asked is what is she like? What does she do? If she's now, we all know that she is a superhero because it's coming from Marvel, right?
She's
It's
a
something
pilot.
that's a given, right?
Well, she's a pilot. It looks like,
Yeah.
right?
But she's a hero. Okay,
I immediately connected her to Green Lantern. So I'm not.
Yeah,
a big
that's why
Marvel
she's a
fan.
captain.
Yeah.
That's why they call her.
Okay. Is she Green Lantern hero or is she Captain Kirk hero?
So you're gonna have to
Are
watch
we-
the movie to find out.
She punched an old lady in the trailer, so I don't know what kind of hero she is.
Okay, but see, you have to know who or what that.
Yeah, the Kroll or
Right,
Skrull or
if you
whatever.
know a little
Yeah.
something about Captain Marvel, then you're good because you already know. But that's why I said based off the trailer, it didn't give you enough information about her, or it didn't even to me, it didn't even hype me up like, oh, she's a kicker, It just what did she do? Like you said, she punched the old lady. I just wasn't hyped about it. It's like, what was heroic about it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where was the hype in that? It was kind of like a trailer to Armageddon. You know what I'm saying? Like a sci-fi movie, something like that, rather than a superhero movie.
And they're almost going. They're almost. It looks like it's going to be an origin movie. Those things are boring.
Oh, and her outfit sucks.
Captain
what
America
about-
is boring.
What about the first Iron Man? That was a good one.
And the
That
first
one was
Captain
good,
America.
but this one they're like going back in time and like they're going back to 1960s or whatever, right?
No, it's
Going back.
90s, or maybe it
90s.
goes back. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just.
Anyway, she falls in. She falls back into the 90s, huh? So yeah, who knows how far back it goes? I know she was around in the early 70s, so I don't know if they're gonna go back into that time.
And I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And another origin movie, most people don't care about origin movies.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a big hit with making money, but I'm still gonna go see it. I'm interested to see how it connects into the Infinity War and
Yeah,
Who
I think
doesn't
that's
like
the
an
only
origin
reason.
movie, though?
yeah, and that's what they're
you have to see it because everything ties. Yeah,
That's what they're
Yeah,
counting
yeah.
on. I think they're trying to keep it a little mysterious. That's why they gave you that little thing at the end of the movie. I think they're hoping that people it's kind of like a comic book, when you're reading a series and then they'll say, "Oh, go buy this comic book so you don't miss this part of the story," and then people, even though they don't collect that comic book, they'll go buy it just because they're missing that part of the story, so they can connect everything. And I think that's the way they're trying to build their little universe. They're going to get people to buy books they normally, as a metaphor, buy books that they normally wouldn't buy just so they get the whole story, go watch a movie that they normally wouldn't go see just so they could connect everything together and get the complete story. They're trying to approach it the same way they approach selling comic books, I think, the guys that are creating it. They're
You
trying
think, you think it's gonna be better than Wonder Woman?
no, quick.
100%.
I think it will.
Whoa! Shots fired.
Shots fired where?
Omar says it's gonna be 100% better than Wonder Woman.
Almost.
I thought Wonder
Woman was pretty good, man. I liked it.
thought Wonder Woman was so overrated. It was like the Black Panther movie. I thought Black Panther was so overrated too. I'm serious.
Okay, so now we know that he has no credibility, so don't ask him those kind of questions anymore.
I thought
Man.
Black Panther was really good. Right?
All right, I'm gonna go back to that cast.
What's up?
Were you okay? Now this is based off of my reaction. Now I want to know if you share the same reaction. Actually, I'm sorry because you made a show on it.
Yeah, but
So,
it was more of a parody.
I'm gonna watch your video and see what you thought.
You'll see what I did. You'll see what I did. It was a parody.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch it anyway, right?
Yeah.
But I just want to ask you now. Were you more hyped about Olsen And Nick Fury or Captain Marvel out of those characters. Who are you most hyped about?
Nick Fury, and then and the other guy from the TV series.
Right? See, this is what I'm saying. We're like, oh yeah, but this is her moment. But we're hyped about everybody else. This is what I'm saying. Trash, man. I would have. Let's focus on her. But all right, moving on. Yes, I did like Black Panther, dude, and yes, I did like Wonder Woman. Yes, Marvel and DC, no bias. To me, I thought they were both good movies.
Yeah, I like both of them as well.
I thought they were decent movies. I didn't think like they were great.
I get what Omar's saying too, though. I thought they just got a little overhyped. That's the problem, though. You know, that's why you don't want to listen to too much internet and people. You just have to have your own opinion, man. Maybe one guy thinks, you know, a shitty movie is the best movie in the world, so you just have to judge it for yourself.
I thought Wonder Woman and Black Panther were good. I didn't think either of them were great. I didn't like the end fight scene with for either of them really.
I thought Chris Pine, that's his name, right? Captain Kirk. I thought he was the best part of Wonder Woman. I think he was the strongest actor in the whole movie. Yeah. He was great in that movie.
I like Wonder Woman because it's something. My daughter's only 3, but it's something that it's something I could show her, that she can dress up for Halloween. She could, you know what I mean, use that as a good representation of a good woman role model that's strong.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Mike.
Just a sex object.
Wait, but didn't she have a sleepover with Chris Pine before they got married?
Yeah, I mean, you can't get away from that. But but going back to chick flicks, that's what they like. They like sex scenes. So, but
I agree with you, Michael. I thought Gal Gadot was like pretty overrated actor. I didn't think she sold it as well as people said she did.
Well, the director
she did sell it.
The director did a great job with her. He didn't give her he didn't give her a lot of monologues, to carry on. He would give her, a few words to say, and then he'd cut the scene. She'd say, like one sentence is one line. So you couldn't really see all her flaws as an actress. She doesn't have a lot of experience as an actress. So
she has to watch her other stuff. She's not a great actor.
But when you look at her in the Wonder Woman outfit, you're like, yeah, that's Wonder Woman, right? There's no question about it.
No, I didn't think so. Honestly, I thought Superman was. I thought Henry Cavill was a much better Superman than she was Wonder Woman.
I think
they're both good, but yeah,
I thought they were both good too.
Oh, so you like doom and gloom Superman, but Wonder Woman acted her character to the T, and you. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
No, just as casting.
I don't like the Superman movie. I like some parts of the Superman movie. I don't like everything, but it's just like how I like some parts in Wonder Woman. I don't like everything. Like I thought Wonder Woman, the way they did her speed, for example, I thought it was great. Like the way she would come up and like hit somebody, and like you could see, like you could kind of feel like how hard she hit him. I thought that was great, but yeah. I felt like overall as a story, I thought it was pretty weak.
I just didn't like the last act. That was my only problem.
I'm biased, I enjoy these movies regardless.
Don't mention Wonder Woman to Omar, man. Any category Wonder Woman comes up, he said trash.
What do you think of the new trash? Well, what do you think of the new Wonder Woman statue, Omar?
It's nice. I like it.
Come on.
No, I actually like it. I'm serious.
I like the portrait. I think that sells it for me.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the one they have like a crazy ES on. I love that. I love that statue, man. I was gonna order it, and then I was like, "What is it? Like 5,000 regular or something? Or is that what's the exclusive on that? Crazy amount.
Exclusive is 2,500.
Okay.
Yes. So that's another one that I'm just like, yeah, I'll wait, see what happens.
Yeah, you'll find it for cheaper, But you might have a problem if you get one that's flawed. You'll have to go through a big hassle.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you'll eventually get your money back. But it sucks though. I hate having to deal with all that hassle. That's the one thing I like about sideshows, that if you have a problem, they'll help you out and you get a replacement, or they'll just give you your money back. But if you could say it's kind of a roll of the dice. Maybe you'll save $100, but maybe there's a reason you're saving $100. Maybe somebody wants to get rid of something that has a problem with it, something that has flaws, and I've just dealt with a lot of shady individuals on eBay for sure. It's just not worth the hassle to me. I just get tired of dealing with it.
Let's see here. I want to go to another question, see if we could hit as many as we can from the chat of what people wanted to talk about. So I think there's a lot of questions. There's actually a few questions about fan art. And one question was from Twirl Reed, and another question was from Jeremy Diaz. And Jeremy was like, how the statue community is getting overwhelmed with fan art. So I think he's saying he wants us to talk about fan art and how it's everywhere. And then what kind of ties in with that is kind of what Terrell is saying is, if you could make your own piece, what line would you want to pick? So I think we could tackle, do we think that it's being overrun? Is there too much fan art? And then we could talk about what fan art we would like to make if we could, you know what I mean, produce something. But I'll leave it up to you guys. I think it is a little bit, but that's just because I'm always on Facebook and I see it every day. But is it really though? Is there too much fan art out there?
Perhaps, but I don't have a problem with it because I don't buy a lot of it because it's just overly priced for me. I don't want to pay $2,000 for a quarter scale statue. And I don't know how much do they start off at. Whatever. I guess we're not even supposed to talk about that. So, but
you can get them from as low as 600. Whether they're up to the same standards of some of their licenses.
It's just there's so much stuff coming out.
We can talk about anything on this chat. So
okay,
it doesn't matter.
It's I don't know. I get worried when I'm spending that much on a statue. What I'm going to get, at least with certain companies, they have returns, and if you don't like it, send it back, get your money back. And when I start messing with new people, new customs, I don't know what I'm going to get. So it's a little risky. You got to roll the dice once in a while, I guess. If you want a piece that bad, then roll the dice. But me, I think personally, I'm done with it. Unless it's like something that adds on to a piece that I have, like a new head or something like that. Then I think I'll get some customs. But as far as a full figure, I think I'm just done with it. There's just too many options out there. There's too many people that do have licenses, and they're creating great product. And so there's just so many options. It's hard for these guys making the fan art to compete these days, I think.
So I want to hear from everybody if you have an opinion, actually. But what do you think, Ryan? You've been a little bit quiet.
I like it.
You like that? You like?
I like it. I just have.
Do you think there's too much fan art, or you think
there's a lot? It's a little overwhelming.
Is it okay?
But the way I see it is, I want to fill my cabinets, right? But I want to fill them with pieces. I want to have let me see, how do I say this? I want to be efficient, right? So I want to, well, actually, no, I'm not doing that either because I'm buying more than I should. I would say, I think a lot of the fan art nowadays is very attractive, at least for me, for being an X-Men, with being an X-Men fan, like that's the majority of that stuff that's going to be back there. So I would say for me, it's great, but at the same time, it's overwhelming because it's like, oh, is this one better than this? Oh, wait, I like this one. And then, 3 month later, Sideshow comes out with something, or vice versa, Custom comes out with something, or you can't get in the custom group, which is has been my thing. Like a bunch of my buddies on Facebook, and Jem included, are in this this one Facebook group that I'd love to be a part of for a custom group because they have the best. The best sculptors and the best statues. So for me, I like it.
Because the hell's wrong with you guys? You better hook Ryan up. But don't blacklist my man over.
I like it because I feel like I can get closer. I can get closer to being complete. I mean, I'll still collect, right? But it's gonna, be like minuscule to what I'm doing right now. So that's like the TLDR version, the too long. Yeah. So I like it personally, but.
Well, Fate, do you have any customs? I don't think I don't have any customs in mind.
The
For
one
collection.
it's funny. It's funny how things come full circle. When I asked Mike about his hypothetical broken first statue question.
Oh, it's not my first broken statue.
No, no. Remember, I said hypothetical. Remember, if that was your one and only first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I get what you're saying.
So with the custom I got came broken, my friend. Cask, and you're muted, by the way. So right now, no, I don't own any customs. I would have had not received. And it was the Flash too. Crushed, totally crushed. So,
Damn.
Are they? Did they release the Flash?
No, the custom.
yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay.
Right. Now, what was your original question? Is that?
I guess the original question was: is the market flooded with too much custom statues? And basically, is it hurting your purchases, or is it hard? Is it making it harder to purchase statues because there's so many variants? And I guess the other question would be: is it hurting Sideshow, XM, and all the other main, the people that actually pay for licenses?
Well, that one's an easy one. If people are buying the customs and not sideshows, there's your answer. It's not hurting me at all because I don't purchase customs.
Yeah.
And I don't have any interest. I mean, not unless it was like wow, like super wow. And I've seen a couple of super wows, but still, as a collector, I like a line. So it would have to be like a standalone piece to be a custom for me. And I haven't seen that one. So that might for me it might end up being a non-DC piece. It'll be something that I don't want to, get a habit of collecting more on it.
Mm-hmm. I would ask Omar. Looks like he's getting.
He loves customs.
Well, the thing about these customs too is that some of them that they're coming out with nowadays, they're having like a decent ES on them, And I think that's when Sideshow starts to have a problem. It's like, okay, you're making customs of 50, 100. We could deal with that. But if you start making a couple hundred or something, and now you're getting into bigger bucks, and then they start to, notice what you're doing.
Yeah,
these guys making customs, they're shooting themselves in the foot by trying to make too many of them. They're like, oh, we got 30 APs for you too on top of that. So
yeah, they're doing main characters too. Omar, what are you thinking?
No, I don't like unlicensed pieces. The whole process is not legitimate in my opinion. And
you've owned some before though, right? You had some pretty good ones too, right?
Yeah, no, like the Sinister behind Ryan. I think that piece is incredible. It's extremely well made, but
I wouldn't say it's extremely well made. I heard on some of people's that the cape cracks.
Yeah, I saw that in your review.
It doesn't crack; it broke.
Yeah,
that's
the same. I mean, the end result's the same.
Yeah,
but it's not like it randomly broke by itself. You know what I mean? It's like it broke on some people's quality control. Like it broke during shipping, but it's not like made in a way where it just breaks.
Well, I don't think it has to be that deep. I think it could have been better engineered.
What do you think of the paint application?
I love it. I think that's really. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
so that paint application looks like.
That's Onish painted in terms of paint application. Yeah, it's next level, and I doubt their problem is like fitting issues is always like that. That's their biggest problem.
But they did the painting on that Ryu, right, from Prototypes, the first one.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Gentaku did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gentaku did that. But
that had a few mistakes on it for sure.
I had a couple of customs and I feel like unless it's like under 20, I don't think it's because then when you have a custom piece going like 150, 200 edition size, like you're Prototype Z, who pays for a license, makes 200 edition size.
Yeah, 175 on the Shin I got.
Yeah, 175 edition size. Pop Culture Shop makes statues that are 100 edition size or 150. Like, these guys are paying for the license. Now, like, when you're making 100, 150, that means you're doing it for profit. And in my opinion, that's not.
Well, let's get real. They're all doing it for profit. I mean,
When you're making 20 ES, you're not making profit. Like, you're not making profit, like, at all. Like, no chance you're gonna make profit.
Well, if you sell half your stock, hold half your stock, and then sell the other half for 3 times, 4 times as much afterwards, then you can make a profit. See, if you make your stuff really limited,
always a way to make profit.
Yeah, they're not doing it for fun, you know.
Just whether it's easy or not.
Trust me, the people that made it like 10, 15 pieces, they're making it for fun. They're not making. I'm telling you, like, I wanted to commission my own Iron Man, and unless I sold like 50 to 60, I'm not making any money. Like, no money. And
you're just making one time, right? You're not making lots of batches of different characters, right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These guys are not getting into contract with the factory. They're producing the one statue and then they're going by order.
How many of that Daniel Bell Magneto did they make?
They made like 100 of them.
So I have an AP, so it doesn't have a number on it. So
there's like 30 APs.
That's not too bad though. What, 130 of them? It's still getting into a place where the people that pay for licenses might start to get offended, or
when you're making 10, 15 pieces, that you're making something for like 10 people who are fans of this thing, sure, like, then a company's not going to make it. But when you make 100 pieces, in my opinion, there's something wrong with that. You're making a lot of money for something that you have no right to make money off of.
But these people should make money, though. I mean, if they're putting in the work, I mean,
they should.
I don't know.
They should. But I'm saying, if you feel like you're that confident, then you go and pay for the license. Does that make sense? Like,
I think some of them, it's an investment. It's a way for them to get their name out there. You know, they put some money into it, do a project, maybe get picked up by.
Money. What do you mean? Like, most of these customs are being sold off just the sculpt. Sculpt is like 3K. Okay, you're putting 3K. You're getting like so much deposits. Like, if you're making 50 pieces and you're getting deposit, you're making well over the 50K back.
What I'm saying, what you were saying with the smaller numbers, like, you don't make any money. I'm saying maybe it's just a way for these guys to build up their name and, you know, potentially get a good job of Sideshow or another company. Like Daniel Bell got one, right? He made that Magneto piece.
He's not.
I know he's a sculptor. I'm
talking about the commissioners. The commissioners are the ones making money. Daniel just gets paid for the one sculpt and then he's out of it. He just gives them the file and that's it.
Yeah, I get that. What I'm saying is, though, he probably saw that as a good opportunity to get his name out there and get noticed by somebody, because some people in other countries, they don't have that opportunity like a lot of Americans do. In certain countries, they don't have, a way to reach out and get hooked up with a company like Sideshow. So he started, he found a way to get his name out there and become noticed and popular. And it worked out. What do? He got a job, and now he's working for Sideshow. He's one of their lead sculptors. So as of creating fan art, he put his name out there, and it was basically like putting an application out there.
Wait, well, what does that have to do with the commissioner making money?
What do you mean?
I mean, whether the commissioner makes 15 pieces or 50,
because they will put their name out there. It's the same thing. It's a way of promoting your company. Okay, they'll start off making 15, 20 pieces, right? And then the next piece they'll make more, and they'll make more, and they'll figure out ways to make money. People don't just do this for fun. They're in there for the business. They're in there to make money. They're not just going to create a few pieces and then carry on.
If you're gonna make money off of other people's property, then you have to pay them for it. Do you understand?
Yeah, of course you're supposed to, but
no, you're talking about paying the license.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. If you're making a fan art as a fan art and not as a profit thing, then you have to go ahead and make that. But if you're making it for profit, then you have to pay up. That's what I'm saying.
Of course, that's the way it's supposed to be, but
Yeah,
obviously people aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
I agree with people making characters that they love that companies are not going to make that. Do it. I'm all for it. But don't go selling it as a company, as a professional company. Like that's you're just
Well, I was listening to Daniel Bell speak on MCE, and he was saying, yeah, and that's why I was touching into that, him being from another country and trying to. He's saying that there's not a lot of ways for them to, get connected and get their name noticed, but he's saying that's a bad thing to do in the industry because it can make it to where you don't get hired if you start working for people and selling products you're not supposed to sell. They might blacklist you from the whole company and getting hired and becoming a sculptor for them. It happened to work out for him, but in the future, I think certain people might jeopardize their opportunities to move forward as a sculptor and to make a lot of money doing this because, they made a few pieces for some side company that didn't have a license to sell this product,
Like that's what I mean, like side company. Like you're not a company, like you're literally stealing other people's work. Like this is what triggers me about like these custom companies that are trying to say like they're a company. You're not. To be incorporated, you have to have your own product. You can't steal somebody else's product and sell it as your own, That
Hey, can I ask a question real quick? It's a little off topic, but why haven't we seen an action pose Professor X statue yet? I'm just messing.
I don't know, man. It's hard.
BM right there.
hey, you guys! I got something I got to show you guys.
Dude, that looks
really
great.
Quick.
That Supergirl looks fantastic.
This, hot off the press. This came from Chris Crespo. Chris, he's usually on here. I don't know where he's at. He's being a little punk. But this is Supergirl Prime 1. I don't know if this is 1/4 or 1/3. I have no clue. But this is the best looking Wonder Supergirl I've ever seen.
I agree with
so
you.
Far.
That looks amazing. Dude, Prime 1, man. Jeez.
I feel like Prime 1's later stuff now is like knocking it out of the park. I think
because it's original.
Hold on. Did you see the Wonder Woman? I thought she looked god awful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I like Prime 1 too, but it looks.
Some of it's pretty bad, but like I feel like majority of their newer pieces are kind of amazing. Here's Superman. Here's Superman from The Dark Knight. He's got the Dark Knight's helmet in his hand. He looks kind of ugly, but I guess he's supposed to look like a Frank Miller Superman, I guess. I don't know. Fate, what do you think?
I feel like he should be straight.
Yeah, he's straight
Shouldn't
Frank
he
Miller.
have more of a straight face, I felt like more in like the comic book. He didn't.
Yeah, he was clean.
He's kind of like, just straight faced. You know what I mean? Like unemotional type thing.
It doesn't look like Frank Miller Superman to me. It looks like Bizarro, kind of.
I agree.
Yeah.
The face sculpt.
Yeah, it could use some more. I'm sure they'll go over it again. They seem to listen to people.
Fate, you're a DC fan. Where you at?
Yeah, I'm with you. I had the same thought. I was thinking more Bizarro than Superman, and another failed attempt in the Frank Miller Superman face.
Yo, but you know what I really like? I like the shoulders on that Superman. I think the upper torso looks great.
Yeah, they're doing a heck of a job with the sculpting on the suits.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I'm not too sure about the legs because I feel like that's too much definition.
Yeah.
Where like you can literally see every rip. But the upper
actually,
body,
you know what? I'm sorry, Omar. Go ahead, finish.
I think the upper body, in my opinion, looks great.
Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and try to expand on what you said, or comment. In addition, I don't know. I have to see it probably in person, but to me, look at the size of his head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, anatomically, like what Omar was saying, yeah, his shoulders look great. Torso looks great, but it's still not proportion, right? To me, to his head, it's like his body is small and his head is big. Still, because that Superman is oversized, so he has a big head and an even wider base torso. This one could be like.
I think this is
this is more human. This is more realistic. So he has like a realistic body and a cartoon face. So it's not matching well.
It could be the angle though.
Leaning forward a lot. That's why though. Like,
yeah, it could be the angle. Hold on. Here's a side picture of him and Batman. He does look like he's got a big head. Like Batman looks like he's got a little raisin or something on his head, on his shoulders.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it could be the angle, but it does look like Batman's got a tiny little head compared to Superman. And it almost looks like Batman's head is too small. And Superman's head is just right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Could
weird.
be the angles. One guy's head's going forward, other guy's head's behind his body.
Yeah.
Batman's legs thicker too,
Pictures.
or maybe it's just a pose.
It's got to be the angle, and they're you know what I mean.
I think it's a pose too, because he's like, Batman's left leg looks bigger than.
So these are 1/3, right?
Yes.
Damn, they're nice. I like them.
I really like that Dark Knight. The problem with the bases, and that's what I have a problem with a lot of even the 1/4 prime ones.
Yeah.
Is the bases are huge. They don't need to be that big.
Yeah.
Especially the 1/3. Look at that.
You mean like
the
height-wise?
wings?
You mean height?
Depth and width. I mean, look at that. Look at that Dark Knight.
The
I mean,
bird.
it's a 1/3. Are we really going to make it that big? And then I would have bought their Deathstroke if it wasn't so. I mean, that freaking Grim Reaper that it's sitting on, that Sith goes all the way back. It's just like ridiculous. It's like, why even bother? I mean, there's no way you can display any of that shit unless you put it on top of something. And then their pieces are notorious for being heavy. So it's like, well, shit. How the hell are you're gonna have to buy something specifically for that piece? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have deep pockets and a big ass game room or man cave.
So I was looking at Jay Remy's comments, and he's saying that Omar was talking about profits, but when you sell something that you've created, you're making a profit. And he knew that the guys he was making that sculpt for were not licensed, so he's just as guilty as anybody else. I'm not saying,
No, he's not.
He's not. Why not? Why not? He knew that they weren't licensed to sell a product, but he sells his sculpt to them. Why is he not just
because the sculpt does not have to go into production.
But he knows that it's going to when he sells it.
No, sometimes it doesn't go. Like a lot of sculptors.
And he didn't promote. How did he not promote his piece? He was showing it on every website, showing everybody how nice his sculpt was. Somebody picked it up, they bought it, and they sold it. He knew they were going to sell it, so he's just as guilty as anybody else.
No, you can't do that, dude. It's like saying any art, the actual artist, he's being paid to do the art, and it doesn't matter what happens to it after. Like if it doesn't go into production, then that guy, is that his problem too? Do you blame him?
He knew what they intended to do with it. He's not an idiot. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with Mike. I mean, if I sell something to you, I mean, wouldn't
it's not? It's like saying
he was advertising his piece, showing it.
It's like me saying, "Yo, Daniel, what are you gonna do with the money?" It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he's gonna do with the money. He's taking the money. It's a part of the transaction. Right,
but he has to be accountable for his own actions. If you sell something, it's I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
He's not absolved of guilt for making art and selling it.
Well, he's just all he's doing is sculpting something digitally and then selling it to him.
I'm not faulting it for him, but you can't fault the unlicensed company and not fault the sculptor at the same time for.
They're all in the same boat.
Company.
I mean, the artist is hungry though. The artist is hungry. He's, you know what I mean. He's going from job to job, probably on contract.
Hey, it's a tough gig. I don't blame him.
More the guy that's producing it than the artist.
Yeah, I mean,
selling it to him knowing that.
I don't have a problem with any of them. I'm just saying they're all in the same boat. They're all.
I think it's more the guy that's the commissioner. I think the guy that's commissioning the piece. That's the one more at fault. I think.
When we say at fault, we're not talking about legally at fault, right?
Well, yeah, because you're stealing someone's IP. Marvel and DC, you don't want you using their.
All he sold was a file. I don't think he can legally get in trouble.
Not him, but the commissioner, the guy that's commissioning.
Commissioner can.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about morals wise, is he just as his fault for?
You know how it's not moral? Yes. Because when he sold the sculpt to the guy, he does not know how many are being made. He's not getting commission off of every single piece that's being sold. He's not, like, all of these things factor in the fact that, as I said, if the commissioner is making 20 pieces.
What about the buyer? What is the buyer like? If you are you a crook?
The buyer.
Jay Remy says you're a crook for purchasing
Then you a crook for purchasing purchasing it, bro. No, you're not. I'm not saying he's a crook for selling it. I'm saying I'm not calling the guy a crook. I'm just saying he knows that it's not legitimate. He knew that when he was getting into it, and he expressed that when he was doing an interview with MCE. He's like, "It's not a good way to go about being in the business. You don't go in there and produce something you're not supposed to be producing and sell it to somebody." He's saying that it's frowned upon in the industry, and you can get blacklisted pretty much from these big companies you want to become a part of and get a job from.
That's just now you can. Now you can, but back in the day you did. Back in the day,
exactly. And that's what he's trying to give up and coming sculptors advice not to do it the way that he did it, even though it worked out for him, because he just, it just happened to work out for him. But it doesn't mean
didn't it seem like it was a catch-22 too with this industry where you gotta, I mean, if he wants to keep practicing his art, he's probably got to do it full time, which means he's kind of have to get in the custom market, right, to make some money while he does it and improves his skills, right?
Yeah, I mean,
well, there's ZBrush events that Sideshow and all these companies go to hire people.
Yeah,
there's these ZBrush like kind of
right. But if you can do it 100% of the time, that means you're pumping out more of your stuff, which means you're probably improving your craft more.
Really quick, you guys, I still have some more pictures here. Here's Dark Side, Prime 1 from the video game. Yeah, no, this is Prime 1. Sorry, this was tiny ass picture. But it's from the video. It's from the video game.
It looks pretty. So
the base looks like all the other Dark Side bases, lava and fire pits. It looks like it's a new 52 outfit. It looks all right. I'm not.
Yeah, the colors look a little muted though.
Yeah. It doesn't look that great, but it's Dark Side. He looks like a gray rock, anyways. The other one I wanted to really show you guys, I think.
Show us one.
I wanted to show you guys this. This is what I wanted to show you guys.
I didn't buy the Age of Apocalypse, J. Remy. It was the other one, whatever. Where he's.
Well, I want to show you this, Mike.
Sorry.
Day one pre-order for you? Is this a day one pre-order for you, Mike?
Oh yeah, man! Look at that piece.
I mean, I think it's a good piece. I don't know. I don't know if it's.
I like the Speedos, bro.
It's a little bit outdated, right? Like, put some pants on that boy. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's Tweeterhead. They're going for that old classic. That's
why couldn't they just put it? Why didn't they just put him? Give him the green spandex and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, I would have went with a different pose with that costume. I think.
Yeah, it's like the only thing worse is if he's like, I know he's like, it's almost like showing people like, does he shave under his balls? We're gonna look,
That's jokes.
Okay, I'm sorry. You guys get back about arguing about customs.
Yeah, I don't want to make it seem like I'm judgmental about anything. People want to sell their stuff. It's not a problem for me, but I'm just saying don't call the kettle black. If you're involved in it and you're selling your shit, then you're just as I don't know. Yeah, I could see to a certain extent the guys putting it all together. They're a little more guilty, but
yeah, but there's still guilt. That's all.
If you're creating the product and giving it to somebody that's not supposed to have it, we could put this in all kinds of different. Whether it's a statue or something else, you know damn well who should be having it and who shouldn't.
Yeah. I don't know that Supergirl, you guys, that Prime 1 Supergirl. That's how much?
That's fantastic.
Does anybody know a price on that? Anybody in the comments?
I haven't even seen it until you showed it.
Okay. No, that looked pretty amazing. I mean, just because all the other Supergirls are kind of duds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the best looking Supergirl I've seen, man.
Right.
But I have to take it with a grain of salt too, man. Or not necessarily that, but the streaky I can do without.
The what? The cat?
Yeah, Streaky the cat I can do without.
Let me post it again because I think it's one of the best ones.
I like it. I like the cat. I do.
Yeah.
But I want to see one with just her too. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think the cat really takes away from it though? Oh, hold on, am I sharing it?
Yeah. Well, 99.9% of the time, Supergirl is not with Streaky.
Right.
Did you guys see the Mira that they came out with too?
No.
Yeah, somebody looks like Jose Gonzalez just posted. I can show you if you want.
Yeah, pull it up.
Looks dope.
But that being said, even with Streaky, she's still the best Supergirl. Like at least Sideshow Streaky was like down, and Supergirl still had her own space.
I think that's a good portrait, but the overall pose is kind of weird. It looks, I don't know. The
Kind of
legs
looks
look
like
funky.
the XM Gambit where he's like.
Are you talking about the mirror now?
Backwards.
Yeah, the mirror. Yeah, that he's showing right now. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah, can you show her up close? Because it's not
Yeah,
as prominent as Supergirl's picture.
I don't like it as much. I don't like it that much actually.
I got a soft spot for Mira, so I'm digging it.
But look at the pose. Go to the body, the full body. It looks kind of weird, right? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, it is weird.
Was she like
It's
sitting on
almost like
water?
her upper body doesn't match her lower body a little bit.
Yeah, she was like a throne piece too. She like her water. Like, what is she doing? Is she sitting on the water? What is she? I don't get it. Maybe it's the angle.
I think she wants you to stop asking questions.
I know.
Yeah, she's leaning back. It's like
She's like, listen,
Fat Joe song or something.
yeah, they could. I hear
That
you.
could be the camera angle, though. She probably doesn't. I'd have to see it aside. I want a profile pic.
You can also
see a better
probably,
picture of that.
Yeah.
The paint on her hair sucks, and her bazoomas are way too big for her.
Yeah,
they're not going to ever
They need to
complain
tone
about
that down a little bit.
Never.
Could be the pose, maybe. But they I don't know. It
There's
looks
also a
funky.
seam where maybe it's not called a seam, but like where the water meets the base, it looks kind of sloppy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
At first glance, yeah, I have to say it's
And
not.
the color on the water looks nowhere near as good as that Aquaman. I mean, assuming this is Injustice, it looks nowhere as good as the base on the Black Man and the Aquaman, I think.
And she wasn't in Injustice, so I don't know what the hell this is.
Oh, okay.
Supergirl looks pretty good. I like the Supergirl.
Supergirl looks great.
Yeah, let me pull her back up.
I mean, I would like a little bit more lighting on her face to make it look like she doesn't look like she's got like a.
I want to touch back one more time onto the whole custom thing with Jay Remy because he said that. But if you buy,
here's another piece.
as well, right? I'm guilty. I'm guilty red-handed, but I can sleep at night with that. I can buy a piece that's. I don't have a problem with it.
I'm showing you a picture, Ryan.
Yeah, it looks good, right? There's a little bit more lighting on the face. This looks nice.
Yeah, it looks very nice. I think I could do without the cat, but
yeah, the
I don't know if it's make or break, is it?
With
Omar, what do you think of this piece?
Oh, okay.
What do you think of the cat, though? The cat.
It looks fine to me. It has character, in my opinion.
It does add some more contrast, I guess.
Yeah, it does. I like the character. I like the character idea because she's got like seagulls and stuff. So she's like, I don't know.
She's got a bunch of damn animals, right?
Yeah,
Those seagulls almost look like they're being propelled by their asses off the ground. Look at that.
Gerbil crawling out her ass and stuff.
No, those seagulls are like someone fed it like laxative or gave it a kernel of rice or some shit.
All right, yo, thumbs up, Supergirl. Thumbs up, definitely.
I like it. I think that's a nice piece, man. I'm impressed. That's the best Supergirl I've seen.
Yeah, you're right. Do that.
I like that custom that Lou had too. Oh man.
Yeah, go to that Superman real quick again, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you had Superman. That's not that doesn't look like the comic book or the cartoon or the animated movie.
I mean, the hair does, but you're right. I mean,
there's certain things
like curly Q, right?
It's the same with their whole Hush line, man. I think their Hush line looks beautiful. It's not.
It's not Jim Lee.
It's not Jim Lee.
Isn't his jaw longer usually?
That's much more believable as Bizarro. Like that's the way he walks. Superman don't even walk like that, bro.
Yeah.
I hear it's not Jim Lee. Jim Lee didn't do.
No, he's not saying that.
Right? Oh, okay.
He's talking about the Hush series.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, gotcha.
But this one doesn't look like Frank Miller.
Yeah.
I got a Frank Miller feel for it because of the body proportions, but
sure. But the head sculpt looks like Bizarro.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, it does look like Bizarro. Like if you straight painted him that color, I would see Bizarro. Perfect Bizarro statue.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Chris? What's going on, bro?
What up, yo? What up, guys?
What up, Chris?
What's going on, dude?
Same old shit, man.
So you want to get in on this? What do you want to get on? What do you want to talk about, Chris?
I'm just joining the conversation, bro. Keep doing your thing. What you guys talking about right now?
I didn't know if you wanted to get on the mic and start slapping someone. All right. Yeah,
Hey, we know Chris loves his customs. Let's hear his take on it.
We talking about?
What do you think about customs? You think they're oversaturated? Do you think they're making too many of them?
I think they're making too many bad ones. I don't know, that whole icebreaker, making it in 1/6 and making it in 1/4 scale. Can't really rock with that. Can't rock with people stealing people's money. Which is, I don't know, kind of been the trend lately from what I've seen in the groups for like the past week. But yeah, definitely oversaturated. The whole statue game is oversaturated, man. License and custom, like it's inevitable. You got Prime One, XM, Sideshow, all competing against each other. Then you got, and they're also competing against the people that's making customs too. So it's the whole market is oversaturated. You got so many characters, so many redos, so many Batman, so many Wolverines. Same shit. It's only gonna get worse. But I don't know, man.
So that kind of goes back to then one of the main topics was ES and price with statues. Do you see them ever going down? Fate says no, 700 if we're lucky. But,
I don't know. At this rate, being that there's so many like new collectors every day, being at Sideshow, bro, they got everybody underneath their fucking wing, bro. They're just distributing everybody's pieces. So in that case, I don't see prices coming down. But I don't know, bro. That's why I kind of stopped buying licensed pieces, fucking $1,000 pieces from XM, and then paying 400 and ship in, or a Sideshow PF costing you $800. That shit turned me off, and I figured, you know what? Let me get something more limited, something that's not being restrained by the license holders, by their guidelines or whatever that they gotta follow, no blood and all that bullshit. And that's where I decided to put my money because I've been getting turned off by the prices, and then scales too, man. People moving into 1/3 and shit. I can't. It's too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, 1/3s are too big for me, man. I've decided that it's like 2 or 3 pieces. I'm gonna cut it off right there. It just takes up too much room.
Yo, and honestly, man, I'm moving out of buying customs too, yo, and I'm gonna start making my own stuff. I'm already I have a 3D sculpt that's about to be done. I'm gonna produce it, and that's it.
Oh man, I'll look forward to that. Any kind of hints you can give or clues on to what you're doing?
No, don't do that.
No. The edition size is gonna be 10, and it's gonna be really expensive.
What color is his or her hair?
It's gonna be great because they're gonna come as kits. I'm not gonna release pre-painted
Okay.
pieces. I don't want to deal with that bullshit. People bitching about factory paints. Give you a good kit from Ownage. You get it painted by whoever you choose, and that's it.
But Ownage is known for their great paint jobs, right?
Yeah, but they're also known for taking 3 years to paint their shit too. So
yeah.
Just gonna give out kits.
Well, that's cool, man. That's awesome that you're doing that.
Yeah, man. Everything's getting too expensive. I might as well, in my eyes, I'd rather make something that I want and not just settle, I guess.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm holding back. On my pre-orders. I'm holding back on all of them. Even the diorama, I'm holding back on that right now.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like I don't have the cash. I could do it, but I just don't.
I don't blame you, bro. For a minute, yo, I got I got turned off for a couple months, man, and that's kind of where I made that transition into investing money in my own projects, because I just like saw it was just like a couple months that PFs were going up like 1/3 from Prime 1 was like a craze, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? The
Yeah.
game completely changed. Like, fuck this. And like my view on like my collection and how I wanted to collect just completely changed.
Oh yeah, man. Your perspective will keep changing. Like when I had to box all this shit up, bro, I was like, man, this is a pain in the ass. It's not just this. I had my whole fucking living room with a bunch of statues as well. So it was just, but it didn't discourage me. I'm not gonna let a bad situation, but it did get me to look at things differently, It's like what's really important. Do I need so many things? Should I consolidate it? I'd rather have like 20 pieces that I had to pack up. But, it is what it is. You like what you like, and life's short. Enjoy it. Whatever, Get what you like, but don't make a lot of bad decisions. I mean, it's hard to say, but when you're a collector, you just like to collect things, And eventually, after the years go by, you're like, fuck. I'm a collector, but look how much shit I've collected over the years. And now I have to figure out what to do with it all.
Yeah.
Fan art is evil? That's what you said? What happened?
What's that?
Fan art is evil?
That's evil.
That's what I said?
Well, see, Chris isn't a villain, and he's trying to do his thing. I think it's cool, man. I like it.
Chris has fallen to the dark side.
I don't think people should villainize people for doing their own thing and going out, and I don't see it that way. I've never tried to. That's not what I was trying to make it.
Well, that's the narrative that's being pushed by the bigger companies that pay for licensed pieces. That's the narrative is that if you don't pay for licensed pieces, you're stealing from DC.
Man, fuck them, bro. Honestly, I could give a fuck less about what Sideshow thinks. XM Prime.
Then make better shit.
You know what?
That's just what they're pushing on. That's what they're pushing on buyers, people making it, people commissioning the artists. You know what I mean? To be blackballed, whatnot. You know what I mean?
Fuck them, because they're blackballing you too, bro. They're making $800 PFs and producing 5,000 of them. Like, get the fuck out.
And now I say, okay, well then, you don't want me to buy something, from a new company or whatever you want to call it, a custom company. Then how about you give me a classic Magneto in quarter scale and not make me wait 15 freaking years for it? I've been collecting Sideshow since, what was it, 2008 or something? It was like 2006. And how long was that? 12 years later, and I haven't gotten a classic Magneto in quarter scale. I might be dead before I get one. So maybe I just run out of patience and find an alternative. And maybe that's what happens with other people. It's just.
Hey, I'm sorry, finish, and then I'm going to follow up. Go ahead.
It's just, I only have so much patience and I only have so much time in my life. And if I'm looking for something, and maybe, for all I know, I'd have been dead last year. I never got the Magneto I was looking for, So if I can get an opportunity, get it, and I enjoy it, it makes me happy, then fuck it, If you don't like it, then put out the stuff that I'm looking for, And people have been asking for it for over a decade. Why have you not produced a quarter scale classic Magneto after all these years of people asking for it? You go and do your own rendition, and so they're at fault to a certain extent as well, in my opinion. Of course.
What are you gonna say, Faye?
I was gonna say, how many of you guys, and I don't know if it's publicly shared or not, but if it is, how many of you guys do have stock in Sideshow or any statue company?
I have like real. You're talking about like stocks,
like stock.
Okay, no.
You don't speak some stocks? You don't speak that language?
I want to make money.
Okay.
That would have been a good thing to get involved in back in like 2006.
Really?
Yeah, right now, I think they're just, I don't know. I think it's going to end up biting them in the ass in the next couple of years.
So the answer is no stocks?
No stocks.
Okay. No interest in that? Because I'm trying to give you guys voices.
Gotcha.
And I'm just saying that's one way of having a voice.
Not for me.
Not for you? So you rather them tell you what you should do? than
No,
use.
they don't tell me what I should do.
Wait,
I
you're
tell
saying that if
myself
I
what
own,
They
I'm
you're
do
saying
because they run the market, bro. You're just a small
They
guy.
run it, but I choose what I want to buy. I can accept buying a few pieces a year. You know, it's just the thing is, I've been collecting for almost 20 years statues, so it accumulates. It's not like I just went and bought 100 statues all at once. You know, it's just the years go by. You buy a few things, they just keep adding up and adding up and adding. You'll see, Fate. One day you're gonna have probably 100 statues behind you. Like, oh shit, man, the years have gone by. I just keep collecting. Unless you start selling stuff, which a lot of us were collectors, so we don't sell, you know. If you're
how is me owning stock how am I gonna have much of a voice if I own their stock? You're talking about like the shareholder meetings and such?
Yeah, yes.
I think you're gonna listen to what I have to say.
they won't listen to anything. It's all it'd be nice if they would, but they won't. They're gonna put that in the hands of the creative directors.
Money talks. This is what I'm saying.
It does, but you'd have to own a big chunk of it. You couldn't just own like a fraction of it. If you own you could own a fraction, but it'd have to be a big fraction of it.
I'm hearing excuses, bro. I'm hearing excuses.
I
Y'all put
don't think you can own it.
thousands of dollars into statues, but not into statues.
I just don't buy their products. That's how I do it.
That's correct. And that's what I was saying years ago. Me and Cass were saying that, and any other team facing Cass. Don't accept these high ass prices.
Oh, I hate it, man. That's why I have literally one pre-order with them right now.
That was option number one. Now I'm saying option number two is okay. If you can't beat them, join them. Okay, but at least that elevates your voice. Because if not, you're gonna be that new guy buying your first piece at $700, and you're thinking, "Oh, that's the going price. That's what it should be." When you know that everything you buy, jeans, it doesn't matter, they overmarket by 800 or 500%. So I'm saying you got to get a little bit wiser and start thinking. And this is where I do give Omar his props. That he does delve into the business side too. But at least I would, if I'm supporting something and I put money into it, and I want to have a voice, I might want to think about stock.
Yo, you got a whole wall of sideshow pieces. Where's your stocks in sideshow, bro?
That's right, and I brought it up. I just had that epiphany.
That's
like
his
maybe
stock. That's what. Yeah, that's just part of the stock behind.
Nah, bro, save your fucking money. Don't.
Nah, but okay, but I didn't buy any freaking $1,000 pieces either.
It don't matter. What you have behind you is
no, it does
G's
matter
on
because
G's.
that $1,000 is going to stock. It's not going to go to the statue.
What's he gonna lose if he sold all that stuff?
But wait, maybe don't you have to consider
not that bad?
If you buy, and
if that
this is my thought process, and like I'm pretty new to the game compared to a lot of you guys, but I mean, if I'm going to buy a sideshow piece, and let's say the custom pieces are a lot better, but they're what 40% more of the price, or 40% of the custom piece, you know, given what Fate used it would be the price of a sideshow piece. Then if the sideshow, in theory, if the sideshow piece is never measuring up to the custom piece, then wouldn't that mean I'm buying more sideshow pieces?
Wait, say that one more.
If custom is better, but what are you saying?
I'm saying that, like, if the end goal is to get the character you want, and the custom people are producing that,
yes,
more, let's say more consistently, then wouldn't you say that you're buying less of that character, therefore buying, you know, maybe completing your collection sooner? If I'm explaining myself right.
That's why I see it from both sides, you know, because, you know, time is.
There's a lot of assumptions in my argument, though. So
time is priceless, though. You know, you can, you know, it's hard to say how long have I, like I was saying earlier, it's been like 15 years I've been waiting for a quarter scale classic Magneto. I could have died 20 times over in that. It's just, you don't know what's going to happen. So, man, if I have an opportunity.
The last problem that you have is the Magneto statue. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
It's not. But hey, it's one of those things on the bucket list I got checked off. Okay, I found the Magneto statue. Now I'm cool with that. And life's short, man. Sometimes you got to just enjoy it and spend some money. Maybe you'll lose a few $100 on this and that, but I'm not going to sit there and nitpick my whole life on whether I'm going to lose a few $100 on something. Of course, that's the smart way to look at it. But sometimes if you just like something, you enjoy it. Because what's the price of joy? What's the price of that moment? What's the price of time? it becomes a whole different thing, man. It's what does it mean to you?
You could
Okay,
apply
now
that.
look.
You could apply
How
that
do you expedite that though?
bro. You could apply that logic to experiences, but you can't say that this like literally a piece of plastic sitting in your room is joy, right? Like
It is to me.
Well, there is an experience to buying. Like you said, you unbox it, you go through all the emotions. You know.
So
what I mean?
you get no joy out of it. So what's your purpose even? If I wouldn't even do it if I was just doing it for the money, it would just get annoying to me. Just buying and selling things. If I didn't enjoy the things that I bought, then I wouldn't even be in this hobby.
It's not about the money. It's about. This is not a $50 small figure.
I get it. Yeah, you can lose money. Yeah, but sometimes you just have to enjoy life, and you can't sit there and nitpick too many things. I'm not about losing money. Nobody is. Who wants to lose their money?
Well, I think the problem is that everyone that's been in the game for a while is like just tired of being raped. Now, okay, I'm over exaggerating being raped. I'm sorry. Rape is
nah. You was
going to a
right,
weird
bro.
place.
100% accurate, bro.
Rape is serious. Rape is serious.
And that's why.
But like we're tired of the price hikes from Sideshow, and then there's so many statues, there's so many yeses.
Yeah.
I'm not justifying any of that, but I'm saying once in a while you'll make an exception because you've been waiting a long time for something, and sometimes you just get fed up of waiting, but you can't do that all the time. You can't just say, okay, I'm just going to buy 20 statues, everything I wanted because I'm tired of waiting for somebody else. It is what it is to you, I guess. I myself got tired of waiting for a classic Magneto. So as much as I hated to spend extra money for it, I bought one, but I'm happy with it because it's just what I wanted, and life's short. And if you don't enjoy what you're buying, then quit fucking buying it. It's just the way I see it. It's just a waste of money.
Well, real quick, I want to thank Jose Gonzalez for giving me some picks right here. We got a new Harley Quinn Prime 1, it looks like. What do you guys think?
Love it.
Looks good.
Let me make sure I'm.
Yeah,
really though.
It's like the
like that?
52 kind of thing. I wouldn't buy it. It's not I like old classic, but I think it looks good.
That Suicide Squad Harley, I like it. I think
they can keep it.
And I mean comic Suicide Squad.
Are you going to buy it that you like it so much?
Is that third scale or third scale?
I don't know.
I'm assuming it's a quarter scale because it goes in with the 52 line, I think.
That dark side is money, son. I like that shit.
Oh, but that's the
third
video
scale.
game. That is third scale then.
Yeah, it's huge, dude.
That's the video game Dark Side. So, and if that's the Injustice. That looks like a comic Harley Quinn, not the Injustice Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
One? Is that the Rebirth Harley Quinn? That's what someone's saying.
It looks like it. Looks like the Suicide Squad.
I haven't read enough of Rebirth to know. Okay.
At least the color of her hair, how they do that, it kind of looks like that.
Red Hood saying that Harley's 1/3, I think.
I've got
1/3.
One question for you guys. Do you think that Sideshow? Do you think Sideshow is gonna be able to top XM's cable?
I think it's possible.
Possible. These pieces already top it, in my opinion.
No, I'm not saying this. I mean, as a cable statue.
Oh, as a cable versus cable, it remains to be seen. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this: that XM cable is the perfect statue in my eyes. It's gonna be it's gonna take some shit. And you know where Sideshow's gonna win? That cable and the face sculpt.
Yeah.
They're gonna destroy it.
Yeah.
What? You think they're gonna destroy XMs?
The face sculpt.
I think Pereira just went a little. I don't know, certain things about his face sculpt. I think the nose is a little too big. I love the statue, but there's certain things and I think he's not husky enough up above. I think he should have been because he's supposed to be freakishly beefed up. You know how Cable is and the way that freaking Liefeld drew him. I want him to be.
You're not going to see Sideshow do that though.
I think they will. I think they're going to make him freakishly exaggerated. They're going to do big ass shoulders. Why wouldn't they?
Because Sideshow does realistic takes on every fucking piece they make. They're not gonna make a live field accurate
No, it's not going to be accurate, but I'm saying they're going to take certain elements of it. They're going to give them a giant. That's the way I see it. I think they're going to give them a big ass upper torso. And
I think they're going to go from the more popular cable artists, comic book artists, and draw stuff from there.
Yeah, he'll be.
Are they doing a modern costume anyway? Isn't that? I mean, from at least if you're going by the art print, the Cable and Deadpool art print.
That has a lot of Liefeld in it for sure. All those pouches, all that stuff. That's straight Liefeld.
It's just
90s life,
man. It's just,
yeah, but that's his thing. That's his trademark.
Because it has a lot of.
He over pouches everybody and gives them these broad shoulders, and that's how I want it to be. I want it to be old school 90s Cable. That was my problem with XMs.
I agree. As a preference, I agree. What Sasha's going to do, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'm not saying that they will, but I'm thinking that's what they should do. That's the way that I think they would beat XM, is if they went more from the not directly from the source material, but just take certain aspects of it, make it their own. Because I don't know, something about I like my XM Cable, don't get me wrong, but there's certain things about it that I wish were better.
So real quick, speaking about ES and price, what do you guys think the ES is going to be on this edition size?
500.
Yeah.
How much?
500.
I don't think enough.
500? 500 is low.
Yeah.
750.
Wait, why do you say 500, Omar?
That's a little low.
1250. It's 1,200.
Oh, I think you said.
Okay. It doesn't sound like.
If it's 500, I'm on it.
It sounds like
the size will be near there. It will not be over 1,000. I promise.
Yeah, I'm saying cap it at 700, bro.
Yeah. I'm saying 750 just because it's Sideshow. We'll see. But I don't think they'll go. Maybe 800. I think 800 is the top.
Now I'm going closer to Omar with the 500 because you got to remember that's just for the exclusive. They still got to make a shit ton of regulars.
Don't they usually make twice the exclusive for the collectors?
Exactly. So you're probably looking at like 500, 700 tops. I could see on this shit.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like the community is kind of. It seems like the community is pretty split on the character too.
I like it. I think it.
Well, people have been waiting a long. Well, when I say people, I mean me. I've been waiting a long time for a decent Doomsday.
I'm getting them for sure. I'm just waiting for the ES. Well, not for sure. I'm not. If it's like a 2000 ES, there's no freaking way. 1500 ES, no way. Anything 800 below. Yeah. 800 and below, I'll get it.
What about the price? Is this? Do you think you'll be able to find the EX, the exclusive, on eBay for under $1,250?
Yeah, I do.
So then, why are you going to get it then?
Because then I have that safety net of getting any parts replaced and getting a perfect one in. You know, it's just like what's a 9.8 comic book and what's a 9.0. In the future, these things will be relevant regardless of what people think. But if somebody tries to search for something 15, 20 years from now and they're trying to look for something that doesn't have anything wrong with it, and that's something that you get when you order directly from a company. If you order off somebody off eBay or something, you get it. A lot of people they're just shady and they lie, and there's nothing when you get it, it's got a chip on it, and I didn't see that. And we're like, come on, you didn't see it. So at least I get that assurance of I can replace something that's damaged. You know, see me, I'm black and white. When I sell something, I say, this is what's fucked up with it. It's got this problem, whatever's wrong with it. I just lay it all out there. But there's a lot of people, they just want to squeeze out an extra $100, $200, whatever it is, and try to sell it to somebody. And they don't want to mention everything that's wrong with it. I'm okay with losing a couple $100 because it's a used piece. If there's something that I did to it or something happened to it, or maybe I just got it that way, then I disclose all that information.
So who's all waiting on? Has anybody pre-ordered this, or is everyone waiting on the edition size?
I think everybody's waiting on it.
I don't like Doomsday as a character somehow.
Yeah, you should be waiting. When it's TBD, there's no fucking.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I never order anything that's TBD.
Just if it was cheap, I would get it, but the price.
It's crazy.
If the price was lower, I would order. I wouldn't give a damn about the edition size, but the price is too high to not know what the edition size is.
I'm starting to think that I'm just seeing things. Am I really looking at a $1,250 price tag on that? That's insane.
Yeah, that looks like an $800 statue to me, though.
And I'm like, just
800. Exactly. It's 800 piece. That's exactly what I priced it at.
Like Bane, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
around there.
I thought Bane was amazing value for money.
So where are they getting this price at? They think it's like a Thanos piece?
They just know people. They'll buy it up. They might make 300 of them, right? They're like, whatever, it's exclusive, and they'll hold on for the regulars for the next 3 years.
I would say Thanos is another 800 or 850. But
No,
because of the hype, no, yes, bro. But because of the hype,
bro,
they
you
knew they
haven't
can
seen
put
it
it
in
up that
person.
much.
You haven't seen it in
Um,
person. That's why. You haven't seen it in person. That's why.
It's
Well,
all
I made a
right.
little video about my Thanos, and
Thanos
I
is
posted.
$1,000 piece. I'm not
No.
joking. That's how big it is. It's huge, bro. It's like twice the size of your Batman PF.
I'm talking about overall, man. I don't care, how big the statue is. In
I've
a
got to
set,
get.
bro.
I have to give it up to Sideshow because I had my Thanos replacement. I let it sit there for like 2 months. Didn't even open it. So my expiration of a replacement had already, been gone. So if there was something jacked up with my replacement, I was shit out of luck. But I just had so much going on that I just didn't even freaking get to opening it. But I opened it a few days ago and perfect, man. Everything was perfect about it. So I got to give the replacement team props, man. Same with my Zatanna. They replaced her. Perfect. Both of them, not a problem with it. So they're stepping up their game with the replacements, at least for me in the last couple times I've dealt with them. Because with that Thanos, I was shit out of luck, man. And that's the way I saw it anyways. I was shit out of luck regardless if I inspected it because, it's already gone up in price. So if I got a damaged one or whatever, it's
So
I could probably
you
break.
guys, so you're saying Thanos is a $1,200 piece for sure?
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying.
Omar. I'm sorry. Omar, okay. I changed my mind. You say 1,000, I will give you 1,000 because he does have the throne. If he didn't have the throne, I would knock it back down.
Yeah.
So I would cap him off at 1,000. Done. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys.
Don't you think this Doomsday is overpriced given the materials used? There's no throne.
Yeah.
No, he's overpriced, bro. I think that.
Okay.
I think he should be 800.
Okay.
But he's huge. He's huge.
It
George
doesn't matter, bro. So is Thanos.
and Jim Mint said they saw it live and they said that this thing was amazing. They said it was huge.
Is it bigger than Thanos?
Yeah, and he's basically Okay,
Well,
what is it? 20. He's 26 inches tall, but there's no base. Like if you look at my dark side right here, there's a giant base. He's like standing on like no base. You know what I mean? It's very small, and he's just as big as dark side over here. You know what I mean? If not bigger.
No, I'll still give it 800. 800, maximum 900.
I have to tell you, I was happy when I got my replacement and I looked at that my first one was messed up because the quality in the paint on the replacement, it wasn't even close. It was like somebody else painted it entirely.
I told you that.
Somebody else was telling me that too. I was like, the new batch, they came in, it was superior by far.
Ridiculous. I agree with you.
Wait, it looks like the dark side is 1/4 scale. It's from Injustice 2, Chris, the one you were saying you liked.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
And that Supergirl's 1/3.
Oh, fuck. I'm not buying that.
Oh man.
So is Mira. Like, who the fuck's
Of course it's 1/3.
Mira statue?
Yeah, they give us a decent Supergirl now.
I like Mira, but I'm not buying a 1/3 Mira. That's bullshit.
Yeah. Prime one's all over the place. Why they're all over the place?
Quarter scale is big enough, man. The quarter scale is fucking big.
Wow, that's why I can't get into 1/3, man. It's just too much. Too crazy.
Especially if you get like crazy bases.
That same scenario, just in different scale. Like Mike alluded to, he said, time, and I agree with him, 1,000,000%. Time is not guaranteed for any of us. So if you have a chance to get something that you like, get it if it's custom or not. And now we're in the case for us DC fans. Now we got this third scale Supergirl. Clearly she's the best Supergirl, but are we going to go third scale just to get her? So we have to like go out of, you know what I'm saying, or we're going to wait 15 more years or however many more years to get the ideal Supergirl when one is already here, but it's just in larger scale.
Nah, you wait, bro.
I think the scale is a big thing, though, because
I'm taking pass.
You're gonna change your whole, you know what I mean, your whole setup for one piece.
No, and I agree with you, Chris. But however, time is still of the essence because tomorrow's no promise. So you gotta weigh your options, bro.
Nah, man.
I mean, if that's your favorite character, then yeah, I'd say buy it. You know.
But, I think most people just want one for their collection with Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So
I actually I can see your point with that, because now that I think about it, I changed up my collection a lot, and like even within like 5 months, 5 6 months, I had like a lot of pieces switched out. So I can see what you mean. Like, yeah, I can see why you'd be
I'll be
tired.
right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
But I don't know. I don't know why. For example, like Michael is what's it called with mine, because like, dude, this guy has kept every piece for like past like 10 years, right? So it's like, what does it matter? You might as well just wait a little bit more. You know, I don't know.
yeah, I think I think the Michael's the one that said that. If he likes it, he buys it.
Yo, what do you guys think? Finally finished. Holy.
nice.
I like that Iron Man.
Thanks, man. You're taking those posters.
Those are
all-
promo posters.
Sorry?
Those are promo posters for the booster
Yeah,
packs.
they're the ones that, like old comic book shops would hang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the original from 2002.
All right, Cass, come on here. It's a little late for me, bro, man. Y'all have a good night.
All
Everybody.
right.
Good night,
Have a good
man.
weekend, B.
Yeah, it's getting late, you guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up soon. I think we touched on a lot of crap tonight. We argued a lot, which is good. It's always good to get everyone's opinion. It's good to talk about it, discuss about it. With that said, just want to go ahead and let everyone go ahead and give their final thoughts and give something what they're working on. Ryan, I guess you could go ahead and plug whatever you want to plug, bro. What do you got going on? You just did a chat the other day, right?
Yeah, I did a chat with my buddy Atim, just talking about what he collects and stuff, and then we kind of went on tangents with STGCC and stuff like that. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Is that on your Facebook page, your Sinister Facebook page?
Yeah, it's on the
Okay.
it's Ryan Penny on Facebook and Sinister Collector on YouTube.
Nice. So what do you got coming next? What's the next vid that you got coming out?
Probably the Red Hulk. It's probably gonna be a quick one. I don't like to do too many videos of like, and my shit's like, there's like zero production. You literally just record it with my phone and then put it up there and just try to make sure I'm keeping the steady cam. And this isn't like some of your guys. You guys put like a lot of effort into yours. I just kind of have fun, trying to improve my videos and stuff without having to do any editing.
Nice. Nice. It'll save you a headache.
Yeah, I'm having fun. That's the important part. And the chat I did last night was a lot of fun. So that was cool.
Cool.
Different people and stuff.
What do you got going on?
I bought a new piece. I bought the Akuma that I showed you guys last week.
Yeah.
The prototypes?
Did you get the Shin?
No, I got the Akuma only.
No.
Yeah.
The Shin's got the light up, man.
The Akuma has it too.
Does he?
Yeah, it's the 1/4. I think it's the 1/4 that has it.
I thought only the Shin got the light up.
No, they both have it. Yeah.
No, that's tight.
This Akuma looks amazing.
Yeah, that light up's nice.
When do you get it?
You did a good job on it.
I don't know, maybe a week or two. I bought it off eBay. It was like
Nice.
$450.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah. Hopefully it arrives
I thought
soon.
it was a 6 scale though, the one that I saw. So I saw a different one.
No, it was like on auction. I won it on auction, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Nice.
I don't know. I didn't feel like it was worth like $700. So I just
I'm happy. I got the 20% discount, or maybe it was 15% paying in full.
Oh yeah.
Mike, when are we going to see you in your new digs? Your new
I don't know, man. We got to think about life for a while, I'm just going to try to focus on myself, and I'll keep collecting because I'm addicted to it and buying stuff. But
right.
I bought a big ass storage. I got stuff like stacked to the ceiling. I don't know. I'm probably just going to set up a little room until because the next place I set something up, I want it to be permanent, because I don't want to have to move all that shit again and pack it all up. It's just too much, man. It stressed me out with the whole, I don't know. I was getting anxiety, and I never get anxiety. It's just somebody pressuring you to do something when you're trying to be careful. And you know, and Omar was saying I haven't sold, collecting for 10 years. And no, I've sold plenty of pieces. I've sold my collection a few times over, and I've sold pieces that I bought multiples of. So I'm not opposed to selling things. It's just, I don't, certain things that I don't want to sell, and I'll sell what I want and keep what I like. If you gotta sell something, you sell it, but I'm not going to, let this whole situation deter me from being a collector, which I felt at some points. I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm just going to move on and not even deal with this anymore. But, that's just not me. That's my nature. Is I enjoy this stuff. And, I like to collect, and I like to surround myself with the stuff I grew up with, and just what I enjoy,
Nice.
And as far as pieces coming up, what I'm getting, I switched into getting like video game pieces for whatever reason. I'm expecting like Solid Snake from first four figures, and I got the Mantis was it Koopa. I got Bowser coming. So as far as figures I'm expecting, it's all majority just video game figures, which is a change for me.
I want to see your Bowser video.
Yeah, I tried to do my freaking my Thanos, but it was a little darker than I liked it. I should have brought my lights in here to make it a little brighter. But I thought that it gave it more of a natural light, because a lot of the reviews that I see at Thanos, it's in a real bright light, so you can see every little last part of them. But when I film my video, is more like what I was actually seeing, more of a natural light to what I would see in my room, but still a little darker than I would like it, But I feel that certain videos I see that's a little too bright. You see, it doesn't look like it would actually look in person. So I tried to do what I could with that and make a quick video before I boxed them up. But it was fun, man. I just did I didn't edit or anything. It's just, I love doing video. It's cool just to film something, and got a little turntable for them.
Yo, I have a question. The Akuma that you have it in front of you?
No, he's in a box right now. Oh, okay. I had him right over here on the side of me. What about him? I can
open it. I just saw some pictures, and I thought maybe like the skin tone on the head, or like the texture or something, is a little different than the body.
No, not on the ones I have.
No,
perfect. It matches it.
Yeah.
The exclusive head's like a beat up head. He's got blood dripping down his face, and
yeah, I think that's only Shin. I don't think Akuma has that.
Yeah. So the beat up face is the one that lights up. You couldn't see it in my videos, a little too dark. I took some pictures and posted them, but it wasn't showing up on the pictures. Mm-hmm. I love that statue though, man. I think they knocked it out of the park with that one.
I just like that body sculpture. It looks so good.
Nice. Chris, what do you got going on, bro?
I just got some pics from the dude that's building my cabinet.
You put those on Instagram?
Nah, the pics he sent me were mad shitty, but I'm just waiting on that. Same shit I say every week, man. Just pick and choose really what you like. You see yourself passing out a lot of pieces. There's nothing wrong with that, yo.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saving your pennies and waiting. I know Fate said, time is of the essence, but listen, have some patience. It'll pay off in the end, so you don't buy something that, you ultimately don't fully love. And, I don't know, man, just make friends in the hobby, yo. That's like the most important tip I could give anybody coming in. Make friends, because you're gonna get to a stale point where you're like, fuck, this shit's getting mad expensive. Edition sizes are mad high. It's mad drama. Keep a close circle of good friends that you could talk to, and not just about statues, man. Find somebody that you could, what up, man? How's everything? How was your day at work? Go out. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Be happy.
It's about having a good time, man. If you're not having a good time and you stop having a good time or whatever, enjoying yourself collecting, then what's the point, man? It's just becomes, there's not enough money involved in it to pursue. So I don't know, why stretch yourself out if you're not enjoying what you're doing?
Yeah. I agree. You guys, that's a good point, Chris. And I want to go ahead and plug your Instagram. It's geek Tex. If you want to check out Chris's stuff. Right now, I only see a few pictures on his stuff, but he's got a lot of custom stuff and a lot of custom paintwork.
I
So
gotta
go
check it out, man.
Thanks for the shout out, bro.
Yeah. So check that out. I'm getting tired, guys. I gotta. You guys should all go check out my reaction video of Captain Marvel. I don't know. I'm being silly. I'm trying to just make fun of people that make reaction videos. I feel like most people are just jackasses. I think Jem Mint did a good job. They weren't like super overexcited. They were just two guys just checking out
What happened to Jem, man? He was on for like 2 seconds.
There's too much arguing. He didn't want to argue with everybody. But I don't really hate on people doing those reaction videos unless it's not the first time watching it. You know what I mean? And they're not like stupid about it. But if you check out my video, let me know what you guys think about that. I try to make it, I don't know, like a satire on that stuff. But I don't know. Does anyone else have anything else they want to say? If not, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out, you guys.
Thank you very much for hosting and
thanks.
having us.
Yeah.
Awesome conversation, guys. It's nice to get together with a group of guys and discuss what you like. I'll hopefully have a better setup. I've been trying to reimagine the way I want to do things. I think I'm gonna drop the whole PAX thing and go with long, deep shelves, kind of like Vic had it, but not with the when Vic had his original room back in the day. I love the way that he had the setup, but he was a little worried about the weight, so you gotta, I guess, reinforce. I just like the shelves, across the walls.
Yeah, I agree. Well, with that said, you guys have a good weekend and stay safe and wait for that ES edition size before you pre-order. Peace.
Peace.